matchup over Gordeau besides just being a little bit more stable. And yeah.
I'd have to imagine it's a mix of both having the zoning tools to deal with Ragna, as well as having the range to box with him relatively well. Even if his buttons are, you know, relatively laggy if they do with, he's able to play the neutral relatively functionally against a character that's just going to hold 6 against you. And especially with assists... Oh, go ahead.
Okay, imagine whipping it goes, you Narukami, that sword be going halfway across the screen.
Yeah, something like that. But going into this match, I think we're going to see a lot of just safe play from Monkey. Yeah, look, just doing a lot of staggers, trying to make sure that Church stays on the ground for as long as possible. Already off to a really good conversion here.
Yeah, about that, Vito. That's how you know. You've been commentating in a hot second. Conversion dropped immediately, but Yumi still in the corner. We got the rare throw. That cancel throw. No purchase there, and now Yumi's going to town, but able to burst out just in time. Gordeau, definitely a threat, especially from this player.
Yeah, and that was really good timing on Monkey's part to be able to do what he did. And speaking of timing, gonna be able to slide between the DMs and get that godlike clip on the low. That Yumi was struggling. What a crazy command grab swap too, catching the landing and making that incredibly uncomfortable for Church, but the drop on the combo is gonna give her the momentum that she needs.
And Monkey Smile definitely looking a little bit rusty right now. Church with the good confirmed Q, right now gonna get some life back, not gonna be able to get that combo during the rest of this time, so a little bit more juice in the tank, and just like that, safety HG, where are we gonna go? Good block by Church! Oh, but can't block forever. A little delay, 2+.
Oh yeah, tried to do the combo a little bit too high up in the air, but it didn't matter. We're going to be getting a nice catch with the 2C, and that's going to be the death of the Ragna, and game 1 going to Monkey.
Good damage with that routing. Definitely getting a lot of hits with those slides, and yeah, Monkey going up 1. Church putting up a pretty good showing initially, but Monkey really an expert using the cross combo to kind of find the spots, land your hits. Want to see Monkey do a combo? Exclamation mark pod in the chat. But we gotta clean that up a bit. Church,
yeah,
you're in the chat chatting. Mina was telling me you're locked in. What are you doing out here, but girl, come on.
Okay, to be fair, she said it before she started the match. So if she says anything from here, then you're valid. But
you know what? LeBron James yaps during the games. Okay, Church gonna yap during the games. It goes to him. It's all in good fun.
Does he?
Yeah, dude, you don't know ball like that, man. You gotta be seeing these players popping off at the crowd. It's good times.
I've actually never seen that. I need to watch some more basketball. But
you
we can watch
esports. You can watch real sports too. Is all I'm saying.
That's a valid point. Valid point. I definitely need to be catching up on that. We got our LeBrons. We got our other popular.
Yeah, so Otani's in this bracket, man. I saw Strikes Throw Otani enter in here. New player, never heard him before. Surely they'll be doing a good job, just like Churches right now. Happy birthday off the rip. Going to be a good bit of damage until Narukami drops out, but no punish. Just picks him up again. Okay.
Yeah, thankfully able to stabilize it with having the burst in that situation. Oh no, I think we tried to punish the assist call, maybe thinking that Gordeau was doing something, but
he almost killed you for that. Oh my goodness. He's dead! He's gone!
Yeah, speaking of killing Narukami, this is a significantly better game for Church so far. She's been able to utilize everything in her kit to get any kind of advantage.
Brother.
And Monkey's just getting hit. There's no other way to put that.
I don't know why Monkey said you Narukami needs to go to the recycle bin, but he's definitely threw him to the wolves right there. Gordeau not able to make that comeback, and Church tied up super quickly. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, honestly, I was not expecting a game like that. I don't know if it's because like Monkey maybe like gave up mentally. I don't know if he's the type of player to do something like that mid-game. But he was definitely gambling on Wake Up a little more than I'd expect from someone even as batshit insane as him. He was doing a lot.
Monkey's a gambler, man. He prefers craps. He'll play it all day. I think just the opening round start into I think Church is being ready to meaty every time. Definitely wrong read on the side of Monkey Smile. I think Church also just played extremely intelligently, like even using the Carnage Scissors to put Narukami at one touch away. That went a long way to securing that game.
Yeah, no, I feel like the name of the game for that second one was the lack of capitalization on any kind of main combo that would give the momentum. It happened on Church's side too. Not punishing the super on Church's part to get enough damage, you know, so on and so forth. But if we're able to get a good round start like that next time, then I think it's going to continue to be in Monkey's favor.
Monkey Smile going for the... Oh, dude, that counter hit not what you want to see, but another drop out here. This Monkey's router's unplugged right now, not really getting the hits they are expecting to. But, I mean, just like this... Oh, good blocks. Good defense on the side, on both sides. Monkey going for the nutty stuff. Church not obliging.
Yeah, Church playing it relatively simple here. Dropped a lot of important combos, but we did get...
Kill him! There we go, I like to see that. Okay.
Yeah, didn't have the assist to make that threatening, but we did have the opportunity to punish the one that was currently called. Ragna's off the screen, solo Yumi gotta make everything work here, and this is not a tough kill to upline.
Well, especially when you air resistance like that, trying to bait out some sort of reversal. Monkey not going to oblige that time. And just like that, I think Monkey's going to build the bar necessary for a quick finish. No drops, no pops.
I was wondering why he was routing the way that he was, but I didn't notice that he built 4 bars from that, so that definitely lended credence to the decision-making there. Good stuff from Monkey.
Definitely threw in a few Gordo 6Ps for good measure. Really taking that to the bank.
Wait, that's right. I forgot it steals meter. That's funny as hell. He actually used it to his advantage. That's how you know he's a Gord player.
All y'all Gord players don't know. This character builds bar like friggin' bad players build houses. You know, brick by brick.
Wait, question. Does meter stealing stay the same regardless of whether or not you're meter penalty?
No, you do get, I believe you do take meter penalty, but he didn't spend any bar on that route. Because it just went off the rip with Narukami B slide into cross combo.
Yeah, no, in that round in particular, it was not scaled in that penalty. I was just wondering in general, because I feel like that would be a genuinely good thing about Gord if he did have that, but, you know, we can't have nice things in 2.0 when you're a character that dominated the early game.
Look, he still gets a set amount, like, normally your meter gain is neutered by is tied to how much damage you do, so just being able to, like, get about a third of the bar per grip, no questions asked, is really nice.
No, absolutely. I can never disagree on that part, but what I can't say anything about is that kind of movement that Church just showed, because that was an insane jump back right there. Not quite able to confirm off of it, but we do have the defense is what I would have said, but unfortunately getting caught by that right here. Nice confirm on Monkey's part.
He has not hit a combo all day, but right now, managing to make it work. This Narukami is not really picked up from where we're leaving it off. Oh, almost a good air stall to get past the DP. But unfortunately, just a little bit too far and could interrupt during the cross combo. Reset, baby!
Yeah, I like that just because it gives Church enough time to build the CC and get a unburstable combo here. No, called it a little bit too late.
That's how you know, but Church is mashing! We had the reads, we had the scrolls, we don't have the golden angle to hit the J loops, and we're gonna lose the game because of that.
Oh man. I think... Okay, so to go on a bit of a tangent here, I've watched Church play a lot, and Cyrus and I have helped her try and improve her gameplay a lot. And it is genuinely really cool watching her play, and like a lot of the problems that we discussed just be fixed. There's still a few things that are still there, like calling assists when it's low health, or the combos not quite being where they need to be. But everywhere else, I think she is improved as a player genuinely, and it's always really cool to see, regardless of how the match actually went.
I mean, yeah, definitely always good to see people you've been giving Koji to improve. That's one of the great things I think about just the FGC in general. No one out here is really trying to gatekeep, everyone's trying to lift each other up, and definitely, you know, overall a good showing by Church. A few mishaps here and there, but things go both ways, and I think we'll probably we might see more of her today. It's definitely a really big and stacked bracket, so you know, gonna be a bit, but we have a lot left to go here. 2 days.
Yeah, no, 2000%. There is a lot to go.
Calling you out, by the way, Mito, saying it's my it was my accomplishment, my progress. Don't be attributing it.
Yeah, no, that's super valid. I wasn't gonna say anything vocally and like just apologize later, but that's definitely something I probably shouldn't have done. That I apologize for that. I didn't mean to take away your credit. You absolutely worked for that, and that was your win.
We play.
You deserve that.
We upplay everybody. Good showing by Church. Good showing for our first game during this great bracket, and we're going to be seeing more of everyone coming up soon. But I think next up, I do see a Hachi in our lobby, and I do not know who they'll be playing against. Ogre Cap? I've never seen this name. Ashen Gourmand over here on PSN, but I do know Ogre. Been playing that Adachi Ruby as of late.
Yeah. For those who are unaware, Ogre used to go by Blake Balladonna. I believe she played Adachi.
Get ready.
Dude, I'm forgetting. It's been so long since I've seen her play anything besides Ruby Adachi.
You're telling me that she never played Blake, is what I'm hearing.
Well, she played Blake, but it was not for very long. It was not notable enough for me to think about it in the sense of, yeah, she's a Blake player. Ruby Yang. Yeah, okay, it was Ruby Yang. My bad.
Alright. Ruby players be Ruby players. The Hachi out here. Another Gordeau on this is going to be Gordeau bracket. I know you got one, Ohani. You bring it out during winner's bracket. It'll be fine. You got games to lose.
Wait, that's super funny. I forgot that that player in particular had a gourd, but we're gonna be seeing another one right here and now. Gonna be getting a nice round start here from Hachi, just trying to establish the pressure relatively well, reading the jump out here and just really pressuring Ashen to play as patient as possible.
Yeah, these two Under Night characters definitely have a good amount of range, good way of putting hitboxes on the screen to stop Adachi from getting started. In fact, that guy is getting cooked right now like a stew. He's one touch away after this combo, and we got Carmine mix up. It's just a throw! Smoke like that. Ruby all by her lonesome.
Good catch on the assist though. Gonna be using the advantage that she had in order to try and get out some sort of bust, but getting caught by the 2C, gonna be right back into that position.
Yeah, I do like Hachi calling the assist, just trying to nullify as much cross combo time as you can, and especially with these two assists, it is extremely hard to bust out, and the cheater pizza wheel coming through and taking that first game.
You know, for as dominant as it seemed in the first couple minutes, in the first couple seconds of the game, I think Ogre was doing a decent job of playing the defense there. I think maybe there was a couple unfortunate interactions where she was trying to tech after got hit by one button, and she got counter hit after the combo didn't happen. But, you know, that's not something to destroy your mental over. You can shake it off, get to the next game.
I mean, Hachi is no slouch either. Second place at the Frosty Falcon campaign again next week, by the way. So I'm sure he's revving up for, not next week, next month. I'm sure he's revving up, playing some good stuff. And I mean, this Carmine Gourd is seeming to be like, Hachi's only been holding forward so far. We've only seen one side of the screen. I'd like to see if Ogre maybe plays a little more aggressive with Adachi's big buttons to try to be a little bit more on the offense.
Yeah, no, it's always interesting watching players of the same team and how they play differently. I feel like Ogre is a little bit more reserved when it comes to using their assist and just playing a passive neutral. Because this team is incredibly good at annoying you. It just throws things out on the screen and makes you make a mistake. But with the way that Ogre plays, it more just feels like she wants to keep you at bay constantly and play more like a zoner, rather than a hit-and-run type of team. And you can see it right now with the gameplay on screen.
Ogre definitely holding up back for her life. Finally holds up forward, gets a good hit on the Carmine, but does not take advantage. Now stuck in the corner. Good use of the low projectile to cross up Ogre, and now Ogre stuck in a lot of blocks done. Hachi just trying to keep it safe, trying to bait out a burst, trying to bait out some sort of reversal. There he goes, throw bait city, but no, doesn't commit to the hit. But Ogre, one more hit away.
Fantastic defense from Ogre, allowing the Adachi to survive for as long as it needed to in order to get out of the screen. Now, this is still not the greatest situation. I think the Ruby might actually be dead here.
Yeah, that Carmine DHC, though it looks like it hits two things, it is a single hit DHC, does 2,500 damage. That 250 coming through right now. Hachi in the driver's seat.
Yeah, wow, I really love the sequencing from Hachi there. That was genuinely really a creative use of his character's tools. this isn't something that's universal, but for those who are unaware, walking into the corner while there's an incoming setup, depending on the character that's on the opposing team, you could spawn behind them while you call the assist in the front of them and set up a sandwich for free. And Hachi used that to great effect there, giving them the opportunity to get the win condition that they needed.
When my win condition is sandwich situation, oh baby, but yeah, looking like a Subway right now with those sandwiches. Ashen Gourmand, aka Recap, gonna need to pull something a little more creative. Definitely has not really had a chance to let the assists really do much work, just because of how much they've been trying to run away from these big buttons. I do wonder what kind of adjustment they might have in store.
Yeah, how do I put it? I feel like Ogre just needs... That's definitely a good start, is what I would have said if we didn't get Happy Birthday immediately after. But I feel like we need to see Ogre play a little less reserved. Less running away, less up backing on defense like they just did there. She needs to play like she's playing top tiers. But regardless of what tier your character is, if you're in the mix-up blender, you're kind of fucked.
She's not mashing for sure. Alright, well, good defense right there. Still not taking the chance to push forward, getting flipped one more time. Down backing full screen, and not... I mean, I've never seen Ruby sit still for this long. Did get gripped in a hot second. Doesn't go for the command grab. Maybe just Texas throw, but no, just a single projectile into the super. Good confirmed by Hachi. One big slice away from going up to the next phase of bracket.
Yeah, good use of the resources at hand as well. I actually think we might be able to build 4 bars here. No, I don't even need it.
I think they might have. Because be still alive. Hachi's proven they ain't no monkey smile. Not able to build that second bar in time. But now Ashen Gourmand, no meter available. And no cross cover just gets stopped.
Yeah, I was about to say that was actually not the worst situation, because Hachi was effectively playing with a single character for at least another 15 seconds while Carmine healed. But, I mean, getting hit by the counter hit JC definitely sealed her fate, and that is unfortunately going to be how Ogre moves on to the losers bracket.
Oh, well, not... You know, you win some, you lose some. Maybe we'll see more of them in the future, but we do got new players coming through. Right now, I'm seeing queued up Renix, a new, not new player, but someone who has made waves this year on our online circuits, going up against Sykes, who's also been recently very active.
Oh, yeah, no, I didn't even notice that this was the matchup that was going to be played. I actually think this is going to be a bit of an uphill battle for Renix, not only because the matchup in particular is not great, but also because the way Renix plays is incredibly volatile. He likes to go for...
Yeah, Renix is definitely, I think, you know, what every Kanji player kind of plays like a nut. Renix, I think, is a very aggressive nut. Like, you know, we're talking like coconut in the nut tier list.
Yeah, he's up there. If we had to give it a scale from like 1 to 10, he's like a 9.5, and I'm only not giving it a 10 because, you know, Monkey Smile's in the same bracket. But
I'd put Renix higher. Like, if we're we can rate the nuttiness by, like, you know, how resilient, how stubborn are they? You know, how willing they are just to send it. Renix definitely a sender for sure. A little bit more than Monkey, I would go so far as to say.
Yeah, I can see your point on that for sure. I think it really just depends on how you view craziness in some capacity. Like, Monkey kind of just does shit on Wake Up because he thinks it would be funny. Or, like, I don't know.
Because he has Gordo Super and he has Gordo and Susanoo Super. I'd bash on Wake Up too, buddy.
Yeah, valid. Having 4 bars and just being able to burst out for free in a lot of situations. Yeah, that's pretty strong.
It was very strong.
Gordo, not the best character, but that doesn't really matter when we use their tools to the fullest effect. Mm-hmm. You could be playing fucking Noelle and winning a tournament, you know, fucking second place at Japan.
Those don't be dissing those JP players, man. They got the stuff. But Renix going against Sykes is going to be, I think, a hard draw, because Sykes plays yet again a Ruby Adachi, and that is going to be trouble down under, I think, because Sykes is very, very good at using cross combo and playing that neutral with the Ruby assist.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. We talked about the differences between players of the same team recently, and I mentioned how Sykes is a bit more of a hit and run type player. I think that's going to be something that's going to be incredibly difficult for Renix to navigate around. Not even because of the player matchup, but because, you know, Kanji doesn't move very far, he has to jump a lot, and if he's jumping, that means he's putting himself in sandwich situations whenever Adachi calls 5P on the ground.
Yeah, that's one thing I think is super, like, Psych specific in terms of how well they use it. Like, they use Ruby 5P a lot. And that's not what you would usually consider as their one for better assist, but the way Sykes uses it, it might as well, it feels really popular.
2000%. I think if Renix is going to have a good chance of beating Sykes here, they're going to have to utilize their decent buttons to counterpoke Ruby, play the RPS with the Dashi 6P, and make Sykes waste the CC. Just play a lot of the resource game and make Sykes feel a little uncomfortable with how things might be going on.
They've got to get a knockdown. One thing I will say that might be in Renix's favor, they do, if Sykes is a Ruby 5P enthusiast, Renix is a very good Rang the 5P enthusiast. And depending on when they're called and if you're able to kind of protect Rang the 5P calls, it might prove to be effective. It might also prove to be effective when we are stuck in underwater. Who put the aquarium on screen?
Okay. Yeah, no, this is not playable. I think it was playing.
Throwback to WNF1, you know, back on delay based netcode. That's what that was. That gave me flashbacks.
Oh god, I don't think I was even there for that. Like, how bad was it?
Bro, there is a content creator who had a video against I think a Juve Naoto and Buddy.
Oh god.
You can count the not even that you can count the frames, all right? The frames were telling a story. You could print a book of that entire game. 400 pages.
Dude, the moment you said that team, I knew exactly who you meant.
Oh, you know the video. You know the video. I won't be giving free advertisement out here, but you know, it's if you know, you know.
Yeah, you know, it is what it is. If you're gonna do some dumpster diving, you are more than welcome to do so. But the TLDR, not a good video, not great. But just like the netcode was pretty bad, we're in a better spot now. I think it was more just a peer-to-peer situation there.
Yeah.
You know, Renix is in Barbados and Sykes is in Mexico. I don't know the exact distance between the two, but it is very likely that it could just be, you know, like a routing problem.
I'm also going to admit
I'll also remake the room, by the way. Just making sure everything.
Sounds good.
Wait, Renix is from Barbados? Am I supposed to know this information? Are we allowed to dox this? That's sick.
I mean, that's, you know, they put that on their Start GG, so you know.
Oh hell yeah.
No.
But yeah, it is funny because they are both like not explicitly American, and like you would think the connection would be a little better, but I don't know, man. Routing just do be bad sometimes.
I'm not a network engineer. I can't comment on how good that connection might be, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. Yeah, for sure. Hope they're able to connect. Hope we're able to get some good games going, because I would like to see these two play.
Yeah, 2000%. Even like ignoring the characters specifically, it's always fun watching Sykes play when I'm not the one playing against him, because he is such a rage bait player. Like,
he's having so much fun when he's playing. I can't be mad. Like, you play it, you're playing the match, you're just like, dude, I died to the dumbest crap. But like, he's good. It's a good time. I think he plays a very unique way for sure as well.
Unique is probably the most apt way to put it, yeah. I don't think I've ever really seen someone play like Sykes until like we go as far back as Path of Peace. And that is not a team I think anyone would ever want to experience ever again.
I thought it was fine, but I was in the trenches. My characters were bad during that era. Anyways, going into it. I don't want to hear it, you know. Keep your balanced opinions for yourself. I'll see you in however many weeks.
I'll let you cook for now. I'll let you cook.
All right, get it in there. I'm not sure if it's looking better.
Considering...
we got a few more frames.
All right. I don't know, man. I don't know.
2 cross combos off the rip. Well.
Yeah,
Unlucky.
This is really unfortunate. I was hoping for less of this when it came to the final bracket, but I suppose it wouldn't be a BB tag bracket without some sort of scuff.
It's on the good platform this time, buddy, is all I'm saying.
I can feel the backhanded comments from here.
I'm just a shill. Don't mind me. Speaking of shilling, we got lots of ways to shill for you today. We got an exclamation mark bracket. You can see everyone's pass as they have been today so far. And if you have some extra shillings in your pocket, you may type in exclamation mark Mascherino, where we already have a handful of lovely commentators and contributors willing to make our pot already at $160. We can alternate here, I think, on the comments, but the first one we got is from W Reno, aka Dyson, our international viewer, with the comment, Arikite Iko, again, for $30. Thank you very much for your contribution to this bracket today.
We love Kitasan Black in this house. That is the GOAT card, but almost as much of a GOAT as Kitasan is Sequence of Numbers, aka Fish Liquor, with the $50 donation with the comment, surely this will make people who didn't sign up consider it for the last time, which is so fucking true, by the way. Sign up for the next bracket next week. It will be up by Monday. Please show up. Do it.
Yeah, speaking of contributions, Kalen with bracket size, Kraken Atkins put out a tweet earlier today saying he would contribute $2 for every entrance. We have, as a result of our 29-person bracket today, a $58 direct contribution from Atkins. What's the comment? One last ride. What I'm hearing is that Atkins is going to do $2 more again for next week, and so we can do the funniest thing and bankrupt Kraken Atkins, everybody. Think about it. Think about it.
Yeah, bankrupting Atkins is probably going to be top 3 most influential things in the community, but I think what's even more influential for tonight in particular is the final contribution that we got from our I almost called him the streamer. The TO himself, Master Choomfy, with the
I'm gonna kill you, I swear to God.
With the comments sending WNFPSN off with a bang, folks. Letting us off with our 160.
Master Choomfy's the streamer. Master Cheap's my TO, bracket runner, and an occasional commentator. Alright.
I need to come up with a dumb name for Cheap, like before it closes tonight, so I can just say it in chat for next week.
We're gonna have so much. The Lord stream is going to get even longer, is what I'm hearing. We're gonna get a new comment. We're gonna have a new command here in a hot second. But as we're waiting for our next match, unfortunately, Renix and Sykes will not be joining us. I think we'll see if maybe we see more of them in bracket later. But the next one up is going to be a Strikes for Otani against E2 Deku. And don't let the name fool you. It is your favorite Scribadubba in there as well. But we're going to be waiting for E2 Deku. He's been on a bit of a tear lately in our WNF brackets. Gotten a lot better over the year, results-wise.
Yeah, no, whenever I watch Deku or like play against him, you look at his playstyle and you think, man, this guy's just doing shit. But then you actually play against it, and there's a lot more structure to it than you might think. It's very confident in how he plays, and I feel like that's the most apt way of describing Deku. He does a lot of different shit. He puts himself in your face and does something that he thinks is gonna work with zero hesitation, and I think that's both his biggest strength and his biggest weakness.
Look, man, Yang Ruby has been a good team since the dawn of time, a tournament-winning team since the dawn of time, and this could just be a, you know, the I fear the man who has practiced one technique 10,000 times sort of scenario. And I would not be, I'd be confident to say that that has something to do with it. Yang, definitely a very feels-based character with how you take advantage of the armor, and we might see it right away. No, already a confident round start from Yo-Face Scrub.
Yeah, and already we're seeing a lot of, I was about to say patient play, but I don't think that that applies in that situation.
All right, I'm feeling the anger in my bones right now. E2 Deku just sending it, but Zohei strikes for Otani, too confident, too ready, and just like that, the classic comes through. But a good burst by E2 Deku and a good interrupt by Yo-Face Scrub.
Yeah, doing exactly what he needs to do. Can we talk about the confirm?
Brother, looking like a BBCF combo right there. All right, the eye burn gets a free look, and Strikes throw Otani, not able to switch in time. Gets decked for their troubles. Oh, the antidote from the top rope and the burst bait. E2 Deku really starting to heat up.
Yeah, this has been back and forth so far. Both players have been incredibly good at just reading each other's defense. Oh my god!
I knew, I felt the command surge coming in my bones, and Fave Scrub knew as well, going to get the punish, but nope. Final confirmed, Ruby gets one more chance to live.
The up back of the gut! Gonna be able to catch the landing on the fucking Gauntlet Hades, and that's a dead character. What a turnaround!
Bro, I always told you, man. Hitboxes hit on both sides, cheap as hell. Right now, a DP bait coming from the side of E2 Deku. Very fortunate for Scrub. Ruby is not going to have the resources to kill here, but we're going to get Yang a good bit of HP. We're going to get a good knockdown as well. One touch away, Resonance almost out.
Yeah.
No, no! Okay, Scrub not able to punish Ruby. One more chance for E2 Deku. Button placement is so impeccable by these two players. As I say that, though, Yang goes sailing into orbit. Scrub max damage combo. Ruby gonna be one touch away, even if we get successful Resonance pop.
Oh man.
Cojones on Scrub. Stand and block the 5C. Dude's been on Netflix. Is what I can tell. Strikes for Otani has been practicing. They know to react to the white flash and not get caught by this stuff.
We've been talking about it for, like, God knows how long, but every time Scrub is on a lack of sleep, he just plays better. I don't know if it's the adrenaline going to his head, or if it's something regarding his last kick adrenaline. It's anything in his body that makes him just react to everything, play really solid defense. Something in his body kicks in, and he's just a monster when he's, bags under his eyes, unable to, stand straight. It's no different than a drunken playlist.
I guess so. Looking very sober right now with the current gameplay. Clean anti-air, DP confirmed, and a clean punish on the burst as well. Ragna slightly too far away to get kited by the Ruby burst, and now E2 Deku is going to be, again, no one can actually hit that freaking JC combo, huh? Oh, good push block, recognizing the anti-air was coming through as well. Now Scrub, he's not going to hit E2 Deku. He hasn't got attacked by 5C once today.
Yeah, no, this is what I was talking about when it comes to the confidence on Deku's part. He is incredibly good at making it seem like, regardless of how many times you block something or do something...
How many?
Man.
Alright, if it ain't work, take it to a mechanic. It's broken you too. I don't think this strat is gonna pay out. Oh wait, she's cooked. No, not willing to push. Maybe a little bit too dangerous. Right on the other side.
What the fuck, man?
Vibes and aura is what Sohei Strikes for Otani was doing right there. I certainly felt it throughout that match. Saying, I don't gotta beat you, you just gotta beat yourself. Patience of a monk in that game.
Patience is the name of the game when fighting someone like Deku, and I think Scrub just has a pretty good read on how Deku plays. These two have known each other for God knows how long now. I want to say a few years at least. And
E2 was playing this game when it came out. So was Scrub. So I think that correlates.
It definitely helps that they're from the same region. So understanding.
Whoa, we calling Canada SoCal now? Wait a minute. E2's my region.
See, that was a test to make sure you're paying attention.
I got you. I'm online. I'm at the wheel. I'm awake at the wheel. Don't worry about it.
Appreciate you. But
they say PNW is just North SoCal. Speaking of which, North SoCal is getting cooked right now. E2 Deku might be dead here if Scrub's able to keep it quick and simple. No. Okay. E2, stop pressing 5C. Do a single low. I swear it'll work.
Lows aside, I do think the movement from Deku has been really good. That is the second time I've seen him navigate around some sort of perilous situation. Not even just
blocked by Scrub. This character, wait, no, you can't kill this character. Yeah, waiting for the burst. Good stuff by E2 Deku, and yeah, able to scam out Ragna with the quickness right there. Now going to be down just Ruby Rose.
I don't know if I agree with keeping Yang in there. That was definitely a risky thing to do just to maintain some sort of pressure. But you're still in the driver's seat here, especially with a throw like that.
Yeah, Deku gonna be more importantly than putting Scrub lower. Gonna have the bar for push blocks, defense, offense, all the works. Now both these players, they're just trying to see who pops Rescue first. They know it's gonna be a longer game from here on out. Definitely multiple hits need to be landed.
Yeah, no, Ruby's not a character that does a lot of damage, is what I would have said in any situation besides getting a counter hit like that. But we didn't decide to cash out this time, just wanted to keep it all in. I feel like that was supposed to be a super, but no supers here today. That's gonna be the only one that's gonna get you killed. Yo fave Scrub taking a 3-0 over Deku, sending them to the loser's bracket.
I wonder if E2 Deku was OSing an Astral input there, you know, Spiral Astral, and then maybe just didn't press down one time too many. Strikes Rohei Otani coming in with a vengeance, has not dropped the game yet, even after some perilous situations against E2 Deku, and they'll be advancing to win the semifinals. Thank you, Chop, for correcting my pronunciation. I did not look at the name closely enough.
Man, what a set too. Like, yeah, it was a 3-0, but that was really, really close in terms of player matchups.
I can't believe you 3-0 but close though, E2 Deku, man. Not like this.
Damn, you didn't have to call me out like that.
I was gonna say 3-0. I'm like, okay, cool. Then you said close. I'm like, ah, no, not like it's over. Label's coming through. I feel you too. Yeah. You didn't come out. I'm just saying you didn't believe hard enough when you're holding it, man. It's programmed to come out. It's auto buffered. All right, good stuff though, you two. We'll hopefully be seeing more of you in the bracket, but I think before then, we still got more winners to get through. And right now, it's going to be last week's winner, Chop Suey, going up against Mohican Sky.
Yeah, we're going to be moving on to quarterfinals here, getting into the matchups that I feel like we're a little more familiar with, whether it's in WNF, Big 8, any sort of bracket that we'd see these players perform well in. This is going to be the one where they make a bit more of an impact, considering this is going to be one of the last ones. But
yeah, I'm sure everyone's here coming to play. Chop and Mohican definitely, I see the main teams on there, and Mohican looking a little more practiced, I think, than they were a few months ago.
Yeah, I can see your point there. It's always funny thinking about how players differ in any kind of way, and I think Sky is probably one of the most stylish players, for lack of a better description. He really likes going for a bunch of shit that he thinks looks cool, regardless of how optimal it might be. And I feel like we're going to see a lot of that when it comes to punishing things here.
Sky definitely a proponent of the custom combo, definitely has a lot of things unique to them, and I think it doubly works so because of how one of the characters, Neo, really thrives off of uncomfortable mix-up situations. I'm looking very uncomfortable though in this darkened room with no players, because how am I supposed to commentate if I can't see anything? Thank you, Scrub. Very apt commentary. I enjoy your input.
PC tag
Alright.
moment. To be fair, this sort of thing only started happening after rollback happened, and both ports got it. So
we're gonna blame rollback. We're gonna say you know what, we shouldn't have had rollback because we'll get some black screen sometimes during tournaments.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that this was a problem with PC tag before rollback, and now it's happening to PSN. So I don't know. Maybe PC tag affected the other console.
We got cross contaminations. They may. Anyway, yeah, we gotta play on Switch sequence. I agree with you. Bring out the Switch BB tag. If you're excited, if you want to play BB tag on the Switch, they're doing BB tag duos. We got duos on the Switch as well. Comes through to a awaited fate, February 28th, 2026, in Riverside, California. Start.gg/AFCC going to be your home and location for that. I know some of y'all got time. Comes on through. I will be coming, Scrub. I just need to hop on it. Trust me, I will try not to miss this one. My February is a little more free this year.
Hell yeah. Are you gonna sign up for the next bracket?
For PC or for
Yeah, for
AFC? Can I commentate and play?
Probably. Well, the commentators for next time are set. So
Oh, they're
you
set. Oh,
probably
I won't
could.
be. Oh, I'm not getting tapped. All right, that's cool. I'll play. Okay.
Awesome. We always love to see some Podge gameplay.
Damn, bro. You guys signed a contract without me. I wasn't in the contract negotiation. This is how I learned. All good. I don't care that much.
Sorry, this was decided months back.
All good, man. Bro, I feel like Blake Griffin. I just got, I'm on the Clippers. They rolled out the red carpet for me, and now I'm gonna trade it to Detroit. I need someone who knows ball out here to be up here, man. My jokes aren't landing. That's amazing.
I got that.
All right, you got it. Thanks.
Ball was life at one point for me. I was younger.
All right. Thanks, He's30. Well, Big, if you're in the chat, back me up here. And if you're not, well, I hope you find this at some point. He was supposed to have a statue! I feel you. I ain't no Blake Griffin, though. Alright, so we're waiting. I don't know what happened to that last match. I'm gonna check the logs to see if anyone is... any descriptions going on in there.
They're connecting in the lobby and then they're going to come back. If that doesn't work, I'm going to leave the room, see if I'm the problem, and go from there.
All right, well.
Did you want me to make the room just in case?
We'll get there when we get there.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, well, we got more exciting things on this reel. The Blaze Blue Direct, hosted on twitch.tv/bdoherty with a number of eyes I couldn't count in time. Definitely something to look forward to as well next week. And, if you still haven't bought these books from Kaiten Books, there's only so many more times for you to look at this ad reel and give them a purchase. So, always stuff like that coming on through.
Is that still something that they're doing? Like, can you buy a Kaiten book right now?
Website's still online, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, well, yeah, but like, through WNF specifically is what I need.
Not through us, no. Not anymore.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say. But even if it isn't through WNF, support the people that have supported us in the past. They're the goats. We gotta make sure that they understand that they are.
Yep, always got our loyalties aligned. We got our other goats coming on screen. 2, I think. Mexican has won a major before. So it's definitely sparks flying out here in this winner's quarterfinals. Sky and Chop Suey locked and loaded for y'all. Let's get to it.
Oh, speaking of being locked and loaded, that required some precision to be able to call that out so closely there. Gonna be counter hitting the mash there, just forcing some sort of pressure sequence. This is something I feel like Chop is incredibly good at. Regardless of what the situation is, he could put himself in a win condition basically no matter what, but it looks like Sky is gonna be doing something similar with a conditioning like that.
I mean, I could put myself in a win condition if I had, those assist calls. Chop definitely a great user of it. Also a great router with GA Solo. Gets to reverse it on the 5A just because, and now he can Sky one touch away. You got the big daggers coming on through. How many times can he block? Good up, back out.
Oh man, if only Chie had a regular DP so that she could have, hit Neo there. Even if it didn't kill, just...
You know what? Yeah, I agree. Let's give Chie a regular DP. I don't want any of these counter DPs anymore in my life, especially from that character.
Damn, such vitriol from it.
I gotta look up, man. If I don't see a regular DP in 2-3 weeks, whatever's cooking, I know the Chies have won.
That's a good way of looking at it. And just like we're going to be looking at that conversation ending in that particular way, we're going to be seeing a combo that wasn't finished from Sky there. Going to be leading that Susan with a sliver of health, trying to make something work here. The dash cancel of Doom. Going to be getting a nice cross rate to kill? Not quite.
No, I don't think they had enough combo timer to go all the way through, but all they're going to need is to spend 1 bar on the big kick. Real lot of HP for Susanoo to climb, and not going to be able to do so. Going down, Wizards with a chop up 1-0.
Yeah, it wasn't as clean as you might think from watching Chop play. He's definitely a player that thrives in the kind of scramble situation, and you would think that Sky's team is particularly good at dealing with that kind of thing, but with the defense being so lackluster, as soon as you're getting knocked down, even if it isn't a traditional one, you're gonna have a hard time, and I think we saw a lot of that in Game 1.
For sure. Sky not really able to get any of their gameplay started. Chop just doing a good job pulling the screen and keeping on top of the Neo Susan. We'll see if we get some of those cross combo sequences here in Game 2. Already off to a better start. Susanoo getting a chance to play, but one quick push block, gaining all of that. Chop now in the driver's seat.
I like the neutral play from both players here, using their assist relatively effectively, building the meter to get that full punish on the DP here. Really didn't want to deal with that situation, and Chop making full advantage of it. Easy doing a lot of damage with one bar.
For sure. He's a character who does not necessarily have the best damage until she dumps that resource, but not going to have that right now. Oh, almost a good combo from Mohican. Turns into a reset, turns into another hit, but not able to confirm on that one. Waits it out, sees we get Chie caught mashing, caught pressing reversal, and how Susanoo gets through the air buttons of Chie. That JC putting in a lot of work.
Yeah, finally able to get the unhealthy character out of the screen and getting a nice conversion from the air here. Gonna be getting a nice knockdown to force this Chie. Oh.
We're just making stuff up for sure. Blue beat, it's fine. They didn't tech. I definitely feel like if Chop teched at some point in there, it might have spelled even more doom for them. But yeah, Megan now goes through all that, and now great throw on defense.
That's a good character, I think, if we do it before Chop gets burst back.
Yeah, going really down to the wire here. You had to spend super right away, and because they were too busy trying to spend the super, not going to find a hit there, but baits out the reversal. Chop down to just Chie.
Yeah, it worked out in the end. We were meter positive. That's all that mattered. Gonna be the old punk saying. Gonna be getting a decent knockdown and forcing out the resonance pop here just to try and make something happen. I think if you're Chop, you're in a really good position here. Just because you can make this resonance last long, heal a lot of health, and yeah, the character's dead. Just what a good mash.
Yeah, I think even more impressive, did not spend any of their bar during that sequence, so now has access to send meteors again and again and again before Resonance runs out. No, not going to spend it one more time for Resonance, but still fine, keep them locked down. No more chip damage coming in from the Chie meters though, so Chop's going to have to earn this next hit and take a few more to get rid of Susanoo.
Even if Chop has to hit Susan a couple more times to win, this is still not a horrible situation for Sky. Considering how much damage Susan does, like even a straight 2A will probably lead to death, especially if he gets to the corner.
Yeah,
but we're gonna be
neutral is so Chie favored. That you just send out the helicopter, JC, and how is Susan supposed to get past that?
Yeah, no, like it's funny because once Susan is in the back and having access to 6P, it's such a night and day comparison between when he's on point and when he's not. Mm-hmm. You can really feel the difference.
Get ready.
Yeah, now, Chop Suey doing a great job navigating that 2v1 comeback. Even it was just really hard, I think, for Mohican to get started once they were on the back foot. You almost would rather have lost Susanoo first in that scenario.
Honestly, yeah. Like I think everyone has. Oh my god, what a good push block! Just recognizing where Chop was going to try and reset pressure to get that CC started, and doing an amazing job of getting out here. Just not quite able to establish anything too crazy. Chop able to get a nice left-right mix-up after he mashed, but didn't matter too much. Gonna be, oh god, just getting hit by the GC.
Yeah, I think just the amount of manipulating the CC gauge in order to kind of extend that combo, paying off dividends right now. He can one combo away from losing that Neo, and then we're saying we're gonna give up Susan instead. Please get him out of here. Chop is definitely going to oblige, going for some rejump loops on the tall bodies. Now Susanoo not dead yet, still got a few more chances to play, but bleeding out a lot. The air to air. Brother, Street Fighter normals in the house.
Interesting choice and confirm. I don't think Susan was dead, even if he finished that full combo. But I suppose there was enough pressure on Sky to force him to burst there, and getting hit by the cross-up here gonna be ending his run. Well, not his run, I'm sorry, but his winner's run.
I mean, Chop definitely keeping that as burst safe as possible was the #1 focus on the agenda. And their fortitude, their patience, their caution was rewarded. It's a winner semifinals run moving on forward. Already our winner semis looking pretty populated, pretty stacked. Looks like we'll be seeing the other side first as we wait for Sykes and Yosuro to finish out. But top 8 coming closer and closer to fruition right now.
And I think this is the beauty of having such a gigantic bracket. Well, for our standards anyway, because we're an hour in and we're not even in top 8 yet. I think we have one match ready from top 8 and everything else is still going. We have a lot to work towards and I could not be more excited.
Yeah, we gotta revive the old WNF traditions of finishing early Thursday morning, especially for you folks on the East Coast. We'll be doing our best here today. Gonna have more exciting matches coming your way. And speaking of exciting matches, you know her, love her. Nine the Phantom is going to be coming to your screen next as we got Yofei Scrub and Riazos queued up.
I'll be back in just a second, my bad.
Okay, all good. As our co-commentator is going to be back in just a second, you too can be back in just a second if you type in !Matcherino and bracket to see what's going on. And we do have a new contributor coming in here. And I'll wait a hot second for everyone to be back so that we can discuss how our pot is now at $200. $200 reduced.
Okay, we're good. My bad.
All right, welcome back, Mito. Guess what? We have big news from the station. We've hit $200 in the prize pool thanks to a $40 contribution from Omega, and a lot of numbers afterwards with the $40. Their comment is, I've somehow lost the thing. Thanks for hosting all these years, GG's. Thank you, Omega, for watching and for supporting BBTAG all of this time. We love having viewers like you.
Yeah, no, Omega is someone that's been around for a really long time. I'm sure you remember their name. They are the Chie Liz player, someone that has been a heavy lab monster for a while. So the fact that they've come out to play, even if they didn't make it too far, and donated a good bit of their money, just shows how awesome of a person they are and a good sport. We appreciate you, Omega, and we hope to give you a good show for the rest of the night.
For sure, right. So as we get in here, Strike Throw Otani bringing out the Waldstein Hakumen. Is that Hakumen? I missed it. It was Seth on the character select screen. Is it still Seth now? And no, it is Hakumen. The big claw team, definitely a counter pick, I think, here because of how 9 operates.
Yeah, no, definitely. You have to route differently when it comes to doing any sort of meaningful OK when it comes to 9. The unblockable is the main one. But I feel like playing walled into that definitely doesn't lend credence to that idea either. But I don't think it really matters what character we're going to be playing at all if we're going to be getting hit by situations like this. Man.
Yeah, that's a big 5,000 damage. But Riaz not ready to pick up after the big pop-up by 9. I think the way that Strike Throw Hey Otani plays his team is that they really want to use that claw. One claw into one right assist call. Gets you a good knockdown on 9, gets you a lot of damage. But only if you get that hit. When you're down to solo Waldstein, it's looking pretty current, I'm being real.
Yeah, and we spent the resonance, so even if Scrub is able to heal enough to not be killed from a combo from 9, he wouldn't have a free opportunity to get out, but thankfully going to be having a nice 6P to catch the landing on the JA, and that's going to be Riazo taking game 1 incredibly convincingly.
No, that was looking mighty free. Looking like more freer than a I don't know, than novelty bobbleheads at Chris Paul night at Clippers Arena. I'm sorry. I gotta brainstorm more material. Going in next game, Strikes Rohei Otani sticking with this team.
Yeah, Scrub is someone that is stuck with Wald a lot throughout the last couple years. Not even years, I don't think. I think like specifically 2025 was the year of the Wald for him. And I think he's proven that Wald is still an incredibly good character. But I don't really know if that's the choice here. I know Ragna's not a good matchup into 9 either, but surely there's another team we could be playing.
Well, I think we have empirical evidence from a certain Waldstein player, one by the name of Serene Smile, unfortunately not in our bracket today. But he believes that Wald does pretty well into 9, at least it's a 5-5 matchup, as infamously memed as that might be. I do think there's credence to that. Look, if we're going to count the set count, it is not like not 5-5.
Basically, you're saying Serene's not in the bracket whenever they're literally in the bracket, by the way.
Was he in the bracket? I was looking at the last.
They're still in the bracket.
Okay,
as
sorry.
well.
I scrolled it down. I didn't see them down there. My bad, Serene. If you're hearing me, blame me all you want. In fact, clip that and make you feel really embarrassed.
Yeah,
Alright.
speaking of embarrassment, what a fucking sequence by Scrub. That was an insane way of going about routing to kill the character there. Even if the super didn't do what it wanted to, that was a lot, and I feel like the decision making was absolutely fine. Almost as much as being able to bust out the way that Ryazo has is just the same.
Yeah, unfortunately, Ryazo, I don't think is going to be able to get. Yeah, they spent. They even stopped the combo early to have the magic meter for the seed instead of the meteors. And yeah, now we get the loops on wall. Going to just try to get him out of the corner, telling Ryazo like, "Hey, you better know this route. You better do this combo right." And yeah, forcing them to bait out a burst even too. This multi might be going down if Scrub is not going. Scrub is able to burst out. That is a wacky whiff punish attempt, and ultimately still going to find it here 2 bars, and going to be able to get a assist extension too. Super in the works, yes sir.
Yeah, there it is. Going to be getting a nice optimization on building the assist there just to get a little bit more damage before we cashed out with the super. And Scrub not letting Ryazo take any sort of momentum, going to be tying it up.
Yeah, I think what we saw there is that the like as we were saying, like Waldstein, once he gets hit by 9, everything feels awful. It's curtains, things are really bad. But Waldstein on the other end, I think does do a decent job at bullying 9 once she is on the defensive, and having full screen presence on those normals definitely makes them like take a second guess, right? Because you no longer have the longest normal on the screen with the 5B, the JAs. You now have to consider that other characters might be able to tap you out of that.
Yeah, couldn't have said it better myself. And I think if you're Ryazo going into this one, it really is just a matter of, as funny as it is to say, not getting in that situation.
Wow.
Look, I know
Right
it sounds like a meme.
I love to see it. No, that's how you know you're a pro, man. We got the commentator curse happening real time. Oh no, strike throw. Where are you gonna go? You're gonna go straight up in the air, spin them around.
Oh man, being able to play Bakuman and have the comfort to know that your combos are just not burstable regardless of whether or not you have assist behind it is so relieving. I think that's one of the most underrated things about this character, and we saw it a lot within that sequencing just now.
Yeah, Scrub definitely really leveraging character strength, and now even just leveraging the super good walk speed of Hakumen, always just threatening, keeping 9 on her toes. Ooh, almost a sick pickup off the orb.
Oh yeah, that's a really awkward position to be in. You don't really want to move too far forward, but at the same time, like, you can't just let 9 get away with it. Well, I mean, you could. Oh my god!
Yo,
Nah.
brother freaking perfect parry drive rush ran right on in there. 9 the Phantom getting chopped up right now. Gonna charge his sword up. Okay, 1 touch away. Alright. 1 quick burst. Ryazo now only level 1 resonance, so even if you like manage to win neutral for a bit here, you're not getting much resource back.
Oh my god, what a fantastic delay on Ryazo's part to not allow Scrub to get the push block that they were looking for. But Scrub gonna be able to bust out, get the burst that they needed to get the Hakumen on the other side of the screen, and this Wald is gonna have to make up a lot of work. Good attack, and that's gonna be the kill on the swipe! Scrub's clutching it out with a really nice confirm.
No, I think Scrub showing one of the showing on both ends why he's so comfortable playing this team. Both Wald and Hakumen's normals just absolutely neutering 9's low commitment neutral tools. That electric ball, those projectile traded normals, they are not they're not gonna be a problem as long as Wald and Hakumen are swinging.
Yeah. There are some merits to what Serene said, I think, about this matchup being 5-5. As much as I'd like to laugh about it,
It's not a meme, man. It's real. I've seen Serene rip out Ryazo's soul in real life. I think there's merit, man. Ryazo does not look like he's having fun when Waldstein is getting a chance to play.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's merit to that for sure. I'm not a denier anymore, but I do think it is incredibly funny that when we are in this situation, it's lights out, man. Like, what does Wald do that isn't just immediately punished?
Yeah, you know, I think right on cue, we are here to reverse the narrative. Waldstein, not going to be much longer for this world, down to the solo Hakumen. A dominant round from Scrub, being answered right now in part by Ryazo, but a Hakumen situation brewing up a storm right now.
Yeah, using the defense right to his advantage. I actually thought that Ryazo was going to go into a seed setup there, but good recognition to know that all he had to do was go for an instant overhead at a really weird spacing. Gonna be getting a good parry to get out of the situation, but man, it's still so rough.
Yeah, it's really, I think, awful because of how Nine can teleport away, and because Nine's teleporting, you can't really even keep corner super well, so he just goes right through you. But incredibly tricky active switch in the middle of that explosion. Gonna be taking the fourth game of our set, tying it up to a 2-2.
So that super is really good because of the minimum damage that it has at the end of the combo, right? But did Scrub commit to something after he got hit by that, or like before? Or did he just like not block cross up?
I couldn't tell you, to be honest. The screen froze. I couldn't tell if that's because we paused cross combo or we were trying to active switch at that time. I feel like Scrub might have... Oh, he was committed to Agito. Thank you, Sonny-kun. I couldn't see the frames. I thought it was DP, and when he got hit, I was like, I don't know how he got hit there. So that makes sense. Agito was the play. Agito was the move that he got hit out of.
Yeah, super appreciate it. You know, these are the players that have a bit more of a keen eye. But regardless of how much of an eye that we may possess, we need to have a little bit more vision to get around the burst in that kind of situation. Gonna be going back into the neutral here. Nice press on the 5B. Oh, almost got to confirm off of the burst punish there. A little too far to get.
Yeah, that's gone. He's not surviving this. No, never mind. Able to get out. Agito the air stall away, and he has switched to the other character. Very fortunate push block by Ryazo. Not only did he get shoot up in the back, but now Ryazo at no bar has to play this neutral with Yumi, and with these long normals, it's going to be a bit of a rough time. Oh, gets jabbed out.
Gonna be ending it relatively early just to make sure that there's no burst point whatsoever. Speaking of no burst point, it's gonna be making this as much damage as possible. Not quite gonna kill, but we just want to make this Yumi as threatened as possible. But threat is not something within Ryazo's vocabulary because we are mashing on the low health character, and that was what worked. We got the character out, and that's forcing Scrub back into the back foot.
Yeah, I mean, Scrub definitely, I think, wanted to just burst there. Make sure you don't lose the momentum. Once 9 gets a knockdown, everything is looking really, really bad. Big target on the ground. Calls 9? I didn't realize the target disappears if 9 is called as an assist, but the car crash in slow motion, just like that. Yumi is gone, and a lot of health to get through.
Yeah, if you're Scrub, this is definitely the situation you want to be in. Unfortunately, calling the assist at the last moment, meaning that they're going to get hit in the happy birthday here. If this is the momentum that we needed, this is exactly where we're going to go with it. Going to be getting a nice 214C. Slowly but surely building a lot of damage on these characters.
Oh no, Scrub swing. Oh, enough recovery on there, but not going to be able to punish. I'm not sure if the super grab would not have reached there, but better safe than sorry. Going to be paying off right here. 5 bars in the tank to quickly clean this up. And I think that character's gone.
Is she? Okay, yeah,
Oh,
never
yeah,
mind. She's dead. She's dead. Okay.
Yeah, it was a command grab super, buddy. Those do at least 2,000 damage, and 9 not bulky enough to survive all of that. Yeah, good stuff by Scrub.
Yeah, what a clutch out too. Sets like these are always the ones that get me the most excited because I love watching players innovate a particular part of a matchup that is not incredibly intuitive to pick up initially. This is something that we saw a good bit of in Frosty's, my favorite example being when Hachi intentionally was throwing projectiles outside of Hakumen's range to make Raza whiff. That was incredibly intelligent, and I think the way that Scrub utilized Hakumen's tools to play around Nine's game plan was even more so of that. Those players are on a caliber of their own solely because of the innovation that they make, and I think that's exactly what allowed Scrub to take the set.
Yeah, we have good stuff by Scrub. Scrub, you know, trying to settle the GOAT debate once and for all on the PlayStation platform. Going to be having more champions on the way here as they are sitting pretty in winners finals. before we get to them, they're going to be trying to find their challenger, and then we'll go a bit on the break on the winner's side for a bit. But Chop and Yostra looks like they are coming up next.
Oh, I'm sorry, I misheard you. You said Yusoro and who?
Yusoro and Chop Suey.
Oh shit, okay. I wasn't quite looking at it from here, but it looks like Yusoro's been having a relatively good bracket so far, taking a 3-0 over pretty much everyone they fought, except for Sykes, who has unfortunately had to DQ. But
you gotta play with who's in front of you, and I mean Yosoro definitely no stranger to the upper echelons of the bracket, and as our probably most consistent Adachi U player these days, wouldn't it be interesting to see how they queue up against Chop Suey?
okay, so we've spoken about player matchups a lot within this bracket so far. I think this is probably the one that's a little more cut and dry than a lot of the other ones. Yusoro is someone that is incredibly prone to getting angry within the middle of a set. He's been working on improving it, and shoutouts to him. He's been doing a good job, but that's definitely, I feel like, one of his biggest weaknesses as a player, and Chop is incredibly good at exploiting that kind of thing. So regardless of how good the team is, I think the main thing that's going to determine whether or not Yusoro is going to be able to take it is if he keeps his reins in check.
Well, I haven't seen Yosoro usually plays in this very cut and dry. Every time you land a hit is the same messed up situation sort of sequence, and I've not seen him get angry frequently. Definitely would take a strong caliber player to set them off that game plan. Already though, getting a good low going from the Yosoro side, keeping Chop Suey forced to switch already.
Yeah, well, I actually think the decision-making on defense from Yusoro was... I was about to say interesting, and I think that still applies here.
Alright, I feel like Yosoro heard that, we got some rage bait on stream, we gotta pull that out. The DP on a block normal. Not looking good right now for Yosoro, getting put in the messed up sequence of their own. Brick after brick coming their way, Adachi taking the 5C to the dome.
But honestly, I think if you're Yusoro here, you are incredibly happy to, is what I would have said, but that character's gone. Tried to do our best to make it as burst safe as possible, but we definitely were not able to accomplish that. Could be getting a nice kill with the, not even needing cross raid here. Just gonna be going for a full power charge route into game 1, going to Chop.
Yeah, I saw the cross combo and I was like, okay, Yosoro's just gonna try to keep things meaty. Don't let Chie throw meteors. And once the Bizio came out, I'm like, Yosoro greeted way too hard. That's gonna get smoked. And unfortunately, yeah, going down 1-0 right now.
So I think it's a bit too
Yoso's be a different
early.
beast on PSN. Comments are telling me he's a rage bait player. I feel like I've never seen this.
It's definitely different when you know a player a little bit more personally. I wouldn't say Yusoro and I hang out all the time, but when I do share a space with him, it's definitely a lot of, oh my god, this shit is so annoying. Not to say he's like always complaining, that's not the goal, but rather he always has something that he dislikes on his mind, and I definitely think that's a big thing that doesn't help with his gameplay, but it doesn't really matter if we're going to be having a bit of a stalwart choice to routing right. No! Too high!
I was about to say, that was almost godlike on the side of Yosoro. Really, I think one of the better players with the air dares on the JA confirmed. Lucadachi could be getting a good punish on Chie too, but no, commits a little bit too hard to the AZO, and now going to get knocked down. Their health management is looking a little bit suspect right now. Adachi might just die in a blink if we don't get him out.
Oh my god, the assist being on the screen, unironically allowing Izuyoi to live just a few seconds longer until they got hit once again. Gonna be getting a nice overhead and the corner carry with the auto combo, leaving this Chie exactly where Yusoro wants him to be.
Yeah, a little bit brave on that switch. Adachi one hit away from being forced to play a 1v1. Yosoro now just gonna keep it with the lame stuff. Narukami pressure, one after another. Gonna be able, no, not gonna be able to pick up.
Yeah, in that situation, I don't think there is a pickup to go for, but we are going to be getting a really nice one on our own. If we're DPing in someone's face like that, going to be getting a, not a power charge route, but we are going to be getting a nice bit of Oki here, and the amount of chip that we're doing, not helping the situation either.
Yeah, Narukami now down to the red, but able to luckily tag into Adachi, but runs again into the JC. When the Chi is running back from you and just mashing JC, holding forward it's just playing to a detriment. really right now. Yosro having a hard time getting started. Keeps on holding forward and not getting things going. Oh no.
Oh man, he had a good idea when it came to using 236C, but I don't think it's fast enough in order to achieve what you really want it to. And that was definitely exactly what that caused here. But a good pickup on the counter hit, and that's going to be exactly what Yusoro needs to clutch out the game and tie it up on a piece.
Yeah, Yosuro definitely trying to get those DP into full combos going. Wasn't confident the first time, confident that time, and able to clutch out that game. Grub with the accurate summary of our game right there. Tomoe, really pulling in all the work. And honestly, if I'm Yosuro, I'd get rage baited too. JC is a strong move.
Yeah, that JC I feel like is definitely the great divider when it comes to any kind of matchup things. It is so rough navigating against it for a lot of characters, especially if you don't have a way to hit it from afar. And
yeah, definitely capturing the spirit of P4A, and certainly that spirit lives on here in BBTAG.
I was about to say an insane pickup, but unfortunately not quite able to get the hits that we want. Gonna be getting a Physio setup? Not quite.
Somehow Izanagi was not caught by those meteors, maybe to a detriment of the entire gameplay right there. The meteors going on through. The EX kick not getting bursted, and yeah, Yosro losing Adachi right now, I think.
What a weird confirm. There are a lot of characters. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't think he's practiced that one. That was definitely a little bit good improv on the side of Chop.
Well, speaking of improv, what a swap. Unfortunately, Narukami doesn't have recovery on that DP, but we are going to be getting hit by the overhead on the air dash, and that's going to be game 3, going to Chop, threaten Yusoro's winner's run right here and now.
Yosoro are looking a little bit, I think, uncomfortable. Like I've seen Yosoro hit those like fireballs into AZO combos like consistently throughout the years, and not as sharp as they've been before in the set so far. I do wonder if maybe it's been a bit, and I haven't seen them in the last few brackets. So maybe we can shake off some of that rust. I mean, we are deeper into the winner side bracket, so if there's any time to get acclimated, it is now. But staring at a 2-1 hole, going to see who makes it forward to winners finals.
Yeah, this is going to be a big momentum shifter, I think, because once you're in winners finals, you are pretty set for the rest of the bracket, regardless of how well you do. It really sets you up mentally, and I feel like once you're at this level of play, the mental is absolutely something you're going to be focusing on a lot more. Especially if we're going to be getting a missed TRM like that. Unfortunate.
Bro, that was some tricky stuff. Gets the cross up on the EX Clash, but unfortunately not able to capitalize. Clean burst by Chop Suey, now fighting for your life out of the corner.
Gonna be getting a nice pickup with the air hit 5A. Gonna be carrying this Chie into the corner here. Trying to make a throw bait work, but not quite getting a bite from Chop here. Nice block on the overhead, but didn't quite get a punish there. We are gonna be getting a good DP hit as well.
Yurts are a little bit extremely committed trying to keep the offense. A lot of offensive DPs this set. Not, I think, to their benefit. Yeah, Dashi just gonna be giving up in that situation. Take some damage, take another knockdown, but the same stuff's coming your way right now. Meteor's going to keep them locked in.
Oh yeah, speaking of keeping them locked in, that was probably the best way of getting the healthier character in without sacrificing any kind of pressure here. And man, I feel like Chop is so good at that. Just keeping himself at a spacing that makes it incredibly frustrating to play around. And looks like that was going to be the case until we have a massive drop and getting hit by the DP. Wait, no, I said that wrong. And blocking the DP.
Well, Rage Bait being answered by more Rage Bait. Yosuro now going to be in the driver's seat. 2v1 situation. All it takes is one defensive sequence by Chop Suey, and yeah, now the situation is coming on through. DP's out. Oh no, gets punished! Not going to die, very fortunately. And the bravery to sneak underneath Tomoe, and not going to be able to kill Ochie here. Losing Adachi for their troubles, but going to get a safe resistance pop. Going to get a chance to play the game. Oh no. Just a hair too far on the run up. Just like that. Tomoe wins Chop Suey a trip to win this finals.
Yeah, it was definitely Yusoro's head was in the right place, but trying to
The
represent
first run under on that JC to even get to that situation was so good, and then once we lost Adachi, it was like there's no more room to operate.
I think that's part of what goes into the whole rage bait thing when it comes to fighting someone like Chop. Like, it feels like you have to do a lot of these insane movement maneuvers in order to get around the things that he throws out. And even when you do get that advantage, it's hard not to get mad when Chop just instantly DPs or, does one ABC DOS or something. Anything of the sort just to keep you on your toes. And not getting rewarded for that absolutely hurts as well. And I definitely think that played a bit of a part in how the set with Chop and Yusoro just went here. But we'll be seeing
I
more
mean,
of
I'll
Yusoro
admit it.
later.
Chop's movement is extremely good. Like, I'll say that that's one of the things that separates kind of like the tiers of players or like the tiers of experience is how good your movement is. And it's not a game with like, it has auto run, has a lot of nice, quality of life things that you usually see in other games you have to do for practicing movement. But Chop is really good at using the BB tag movement mechanics.
Absolutely, yeah. That's probably one of the main things that makes Chop who he is. Definitely, not something that I would think is too much of a focus for a lot of players initially, but the reason Chop is able to set up as many win conditions as he is because he understands what they are at any given point, and he puts himself in the positions he needs in order to capitalize off of them. While it doesn't always work out in his favor, it's definitely something that I feel like a lot of people could benefit from looking at when it comes to analyzing their play or how they could go about improving in the future.
For sure. All right, we disbanded lobby for a second. We're going to be rounding out into loser side of top 8. So both Ryazo and Yosuru will be coming into a screen near you in the near future. But we got four more players in losers bracket who I don't think we've seen yet today. Well, we've seen one yet today. But Kraken Atkins, Mohican Sky out there in losers ace, and Sprite Cranberry and Faded Dragon as well. Going to be a series of fireworks once we get those set up.
Okay, someone else needs to host that room, by the way, because I can't. Atkins can't connect to me, and Faded is sometimes wonky with me as well.
Understood. I got it.
All right, thanks, Vito.
Rooms up, same keyword.
Word. Man, it's almost like you were hosting a lobby with the exact same parameters earlier today.
I think that helped for sure.
All right, yeah, but going to be good stuff here. Looking like CEO Otaku 2 years ago. 2 years ago, or the last year. Jesus Christ.
Tomato.
I think it was last year. So yeah, but Atkins coming on through, showing that they still got it. Notable wins over the bracket so far. Triumphing over Hachi 3-2, as well as. All right, I'm gonna do him like this. Well, he won over Slice with the DQ, but definitely still going to be a good showing out here. Kraken Atkins gonna be playing the lame stuff. We don't got Tomoe here on the PlayStation Network, so we're gonna get some Hilda out here, brought to you by yours truly. What's cracking? It's Atkins. Brother. Before we get to that, Mito, there's a big spike in the pot. Would you like to give a shout out to the our lovely contributor from the station?
Wow, yeah. We just went from 200 to 300 with the generous donation from Reich himself. That guy is such an interesting character, and I think it's funny that he's asking us to step our bread up too, because I don't even know, man. You got that. I have nothing to say to that. You might be the GOAT. Thank you so much for donating.
Right, why aren't you in bracket? I know you're on the PlayStation. We could have made Atkins put $2 more in the pot if you were here.
True. You would have only had to donate 98 to round up to 300.
Think about it, man. You can be more efficient.
We love saving money in this household.
Monkey smile. Don't you dare. Oh my gosh. Sorry, don't mind me. All right, get it in there. Atkins and Mohican Sky coming on through. Gonna be a bomb start to our losers ace, and we'll see if Atkins can actually avoid playing the game here, because Hilda, Batista, definitely trying not to be in the same zip code. And I think Mohican Sky's machinations are extremely robust.
This is such an interesting matchup. Before we started talking about the Maturino, I definitely felt like this is something I had to contemplate a little bit. Because not only is the damage values on both sides really low, in most cases, keyword most, but man, like, I feel like it's just a volatile thing, because the moment one person gets a knockdown, you're gonna be stuck there for a minute.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, I think something that Mohican Sky is going to be able to leverage. Right now, Atkins, though, doing a good job getting out with Batista. Very good use of movement, very good patience on defense. Good not swinging on that situation, and the 4P coming in play. See if Batista can really grind out some HP from Susanoo. That is where you're going to be looking to do when you're playing this character on point.
Yeah, no, that's definitely the idea when it comes to things, but man, it is so hard to move when we have a 4P on the board. Though, not quite getting the confirms that we need until now. Gonna be getting a full JC hit into the corner? Not quite.
One of the things about Atkins' team is because they know their team does no damage, right? And so you're just trying to nickel and dime them as much as possible, make them pay the tax to get in every single time. Unfortunately, though, right, they're not able to keep Susanoo locked down, and losing Batista for it with the quickness down to just Hilda has a lot of resonance. So if we do get a safe pop, we might be able to start chipping away at these life totals. Ooh, the clean ant here on the 2B. Yeah, get the nails coming on through, and gets a hit on the assist. That damage is going to add up.
Yeah, using the Nail Torrent to be able to navigate around these assists relatively well. Just trying to chip out this Neo as much as possible before it ends. Using a lot of that meter just to really force a lot of blocks in here. Look at how much health both these characters have already. It is already a pretty rough situation. Already gonna be killing the character I've said already 4 times.
It's not fair, man. Atkins landed 1 hit during that entire sequence, and for that, Mohican Sky lost an entire character. I've never really noticed till this set that anti-dispersion special does so much damage. Atkins, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to do it to you. Our first last roll of the night, maybe the last roll ever on WNF, going to be going to Kraken Atkins.
I was thinking it in my head, right? Like, once Atkins was in the situation where he was forced to block there, Astral was immediately on my mind, because that was probably the most, I wouldn't say obvious, but like the closest thing to a quick win condition you would have in that moment, and I feel like playing around that is really difficult when you're thinking about it. So I could definitely see why Atkins did a delay tech there, just because, you know, maybe he was worried about some sort of fuck shit setup and he just wanted to make sure he played it relatively safe.
Yeah, I think you're Hilda, right? Your fastest option is throw. You gotta let her rip sometimes. And I mean, Atkins gonna be sticking with it. Definitely was starting to put in the work for the comeback, but see if we can keep Batista alive a little bit longer for this go around.
It's funny you say that, because it didn't really feel like Batista died that early either. It was just a matter of not doing enough damage to really make it feel like it mattered. And we are currently in a very similar situation, trying to forward tech out. Want to confirm!
Brother, I think Mohican Sky, oh my god, Mohican Sky's Neo is so good. We don't got many Neo players out here in the States. Mohican Sky, one of the best of them, and yeah, another clean hit, going to be taking them back to the corner, or making take them out. I don't know where this combo's going.
Well, the intent was definitely to carry to the corner, especially with the side swap, but a little bit of an awkward confirm due to the 5BB hitting the way that it did, leading to a bit more of a neutral scramble than we were hoping for, but I like the decision making from Sky there to try and use a parry just to call out any sort of defensive option while he was hitting Hilda, but thankfully Atkins didn't bite, and we're going to be leading to finally getting a nice hit.
Yeah, Atkins right now being very conscious of that Hilda, trying to keep her life total as high as possible, and for their patience, it is being rewarded. Now, 1 touch away before Neo dies. Throwbait not going to find any purchase. Mohican Sky gets a safe tag out to Susanoo.
Yeah, really good defense on Sky's part, just to...
This is not great, yeah. I think even though you got the safe switch, a burst was imminent, and so Atkins cut it short, and unfortunately they have been baited for the burst bait. Now, Batista, I don't know if he's going to be much longer for this world.
Not if we're going to be getting a nice anti-air like that. Sky putting themselves 2-0 on the board. Atkins gonna have to make an adaptation and fast.
Certainly, that wake up super by Mohican Sky. Usually, you would think of that as like, oh no, he's just mashing, or he's trying to catch an active switch with the sword, right? But because of how the partner gauge was kind of distributed, it was as safe a reversal as you could do, right? Because even if Atkins switches out, you're like, okay, Hilda's out here. He's not going to do much damage. She can't super right away. Oh no, if Neo gets a burst in, how am I going to get this character off of me? It was looking real rough for Atkins right there.
Okay. I'm sorry to like completely derail this, but
What we got here?
the Macherino just got another $305 from Diddley and Monkey. Shoutouts to them. What the fuck, man? Are we doing this again?
Brother, look, man, we're this is the last PSN WNF of the year, and I know that Diddley, aka Thorn, is not trying to I guess invest in themselves and put all the money in the bracket they're not going to enter. Classic Thorn behavior. $105 from Thorn. Comment: we're not doing this again. Yes, we are. Monkey right now topping the leaderboard at 200. Thorn, for your own financial situation, probably don't put in 201. But if you do, someone's gonna get paid. Not gonna be Atkins though. Atkins lost a character in the time we gave that reel. Oh no,
But getting a hit like that is all we really need, is what I would have said if we were able to confirm either of the 3 that we just... 4! Please confirm your hits! Oh my god!
Oh, Atkins knows that a burst is coming in at the soonest possible moment. Mohican's not going to take this line down. This Neo champion is too short. This Neo champion, she is not tall enough to go on the ride. Brother, TK teleport to get closer. Alright, you're just trying to swag out here. You're gonna lose a character for that, justly. Atkins said, looked at the prize pool and wants a slice. We are not going to kill this character because it's still Hilda. Unlucky.
Yeah, that was definitely I needed to route a little bit better moment, but we are going to be trying to position this Neo in order to kill her. There's so much pressure.
Going to switch it. Mohican is trolling. They're not going to switch him out. Yeah, hit him with that DP. Hit him with that broadcast top of the screen Dragon Punch.
Dude, the amount of hits that we've gotten that haven't led to anything, please do a combo! Somebody hit the Podgy mode!
Brother, this is looking like a Smash Bros. Match right now. Smash 4 specifically, no combos in here at all. We're going for the Thunder Fist. I don't know why. I don't know in what universe that would work. Atkins at least 3 more hits away from being able to kill a character.
You know, this is a lot more possible than I thought it would be. But if Atkins continues to... Please!
Right. One more hit, Atkins. One more hit! Here's the hit! It's gonna be 2 bars! Commentators blessing Atkins. Wants some of that money, wants some of that bread. We are carbohydrate loading right now, able to make that comeback with Hilda. Broken character, Susanoo. We're talking about how Gordo's bottom one. This Susanoo's haven't been putting in work in this bracket, is all I gotta say.
I have no words, man. I have genuinely no words. What the fuck?
He can look at the Matrino, saw it was all in US dollars, going like, I don't need this. You two are coming this week. Kraken Atkins thinking that Deacon was Astro farming. Yo, I buy it. That was some troll gameplay for sure. But speaking of troll gameplay, dive kick from across the screen. Not going to find anything in Mohican's guy. Will they play? Will they try?
I feel like it's a bit reductive to say he wasn't trying, but it was definitely a little bit of trolling happening for sure. Just oh my god. The delay tech coming in clutch this time.
His objective, involves winning the game, but I think there might be another objective on here. Maybe trying to get a few PlayStation clips.
Fuzzy? Not quite. Wait, I mean, sort of?
You can't get Fuzzy to keep on getting hit. Speaking of getting hit, Batista gone with the swiftness down to just Hilda one more time, but this is where Atkins powers up.
Man, up back in Atkins, going for one more round here, just getting caught every single time. That was another one, by the way.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Mohican going for the cool route. It's gonna be, oh my god, he's still stuck in the sandwich.
Let's not drop this. Good, okay. We didn't need to do all that, but the character's dead. Makikon taking the win.
Yeah, Mohican looked at the conversion rate, saw that the US dollar is still stronger than the Canadian dollar, and went, wait a minute, that 605 is still pretty good.
Man.
Alright, this is a crazy. What do we're breaking. We broke 500, baby. Let's go. BB tag. BB tag.
I almost wish Monkey said something with his most recent contribution just so we could like put more light onto it, but that's a crazy amount of money, man. Like, I don't think anyone signed up for this bracket thinking that they were gonna win. What is the 60% for first? Like, let me check now.
363. Oh no, it's 390. Look at that.
Mito, based on trends, I think at least some people expected it. Come on.
No,
We've
I mean,
seen
you're
this
right.
before.
Look, man, I try to think about it in a sense of it's not gonna happen until it does. So I don't know, but regardless of how I feel about it, we got another one from Thorn.
Once again from Thorn. Yep.
Yeah, shoutouts. Just really had to make it an even number, I suppose. We're at 650 now. Bet y'all are regretting not signing up now, aren't you?
Well, Reich is definitely going to make people regret even more, saying, "Yo, I'm number one. We are odd now. Odds."
Oh God! It's the bid war.
Brother, the rage bait is prominent and alive and well. Thank you, Reich, for your contribution to this excellent prize pool. Monkey, if you want me to say, brother, you can't. This ain't an auction. You can't. It's all in Chief's control. I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna condone it.
What? What's under my control? Hold on.
Oh no, Monkey's yapping in the chat. All right. Well, all you players out there, Atkins may have fallen, but you two, Sprite and Faded, you have a chance at this big old prize pool right now. We are no longer making minimum wage with these pots at this week. So yeah, Sprite, Cranberry, Faded, Dragon coming up to you. Platinum and the Trinity coming up on here. Live, real, soon to be on your screen.
Yeah, I was definitely looking forward to this. Faded's a homie, and I have not seen him play in a competitive fashion in years. Though I have to question the validity of playing Platinum into this matchup, but then again, he is probably the one to push this character almost as much as Alan A. So
Yeah,
I have full faith.
Yeah, I mean, Platinum definitely she is appropriately rated. She has a lot of tools that just don't work super well, but she does have some tools that work extremely well, including the 6P right there, the item putting in the work and landing a hit, but Faded not willing to pick up and just gets flipped on the way over. Yosuke, only a 16k HP character, might be dead extremely soon and forced to burst to Platinum, but she's not looking too rosy herself.
Yeah, this is already turning out to be an incredibly dire situation. Good use of the defensive options to get out of the anti-air situation. Gonna be getting a nice confirm for their troubles as well. Faded getting a good empty low, and suddenly the fates are suddenly reversed.
Yeah, we don't get to talk about Platinum much. She's not played super often, but she does have some very unique, very strong tools with that, not Mommy Sanctuary. Gosh. Dream Tower? Frick. With the float, it lets her really alter air movement, lets her get some really strong Oki situations, both in this game and in BBCF. And that Oki situation spiraling right now into a win. Not going to route to a win. Had the bar, not even going to go for cross raid. This might come back to bite them because Azrael, surely a gorilla, a glutton for damage.
Yeah, we're gonna have to clutch this out to make it as
Oh no!
Clean.
All right, counter DPs. There we go.
I like the choice from Faded, just representing a good defensive option right off the bat. Gonna be getting a good hit, but dropping once again!
All right.
Okay, we clutched it out. Got the low, and that's gonna be game one going to Faded after a little bit of a potential reversal there. Man, that is not what you want to see.
Potential combo for sure. You only had to press the B button once. A button? Moonsault on A? I don't remember. Yeah.
So, I want
Almost
to
threw
focus...
that in the trash.
Yeah, no, for sure. I don't want to focus too much on the, misinputs there leading to a potential horrible situation, because there was a lot of good decision-making from both sides. We could see it earlier, but Faded did an incredibly good OS just to deal with Azrael backdash, and I think he represented it so well there, because that is something that's going to be on Sprite's mind throughout the entire thing. But just the same, getting hit by 5A on round start, leading to the same dire situation we were in prior, already not looking good.
Yeah, I mean, getting hit seems to be part of the game plan here. Now Platinum gets a chance to play another really good Swallow Moon TK, able to sneak in that overhead, but unfortunately Spencer Bar not going to be able to extend it too much more damage, and now it's stuck back in the corner again. Platinum, not a character with extremely good defensive options, definitely has to commit with the reversal, and not exactly the easiest anti-air in the world to hit, but already able to convert this into good corner carry, 14 burst out from Sharp Canterbury.
I love the use of the fake corner in order to make... Okay, we still gotta punish, but that was almost a really bad situation. Gonna be getting a full confirm into the corner here, gonna be getting a nice situation.
Oh,
if
no,
we...
Ooh. Very fortunate that Azrael was able to get through there. Brother, the sandwiches being forced by these teleports are insane. The blocks by Faded are insane right now. Incredible defense from this Platinum of the Trinity. See, maybe she can take it all the way. Yes, gets another clean hit. Oh, but not getting to pick up. Never mind. Doesn't need the assist. Able to do it all on her own. Fades out of black. No! Went for a throw, I believe, and just like that, Platinum looking really rough. Going to be switching to Yosuke.
Oh yeah, probably tried to go for a hard bait there. Unfortunately, wasn't able to do that. I like the use of the second hit moonsault just to make sure that there wasn't a burst point. Gonna be able to get the combo on the Ragna.
Oh yeah, baby. I love the Platinum 4P, but unfortunately the Yosuke V-Slash not able to cover. And just like that, we're gonna be on to solo Yosuke.
Granted, this is not the worst situation for Faded. This is definitely the character that he would prefer. No, the misinput once again gonna be leading to a really big drop situation.
Faded's defense on these crossups is insane. The extremely aware timing on that reversal action too. Auto-correcting to stop the Ragna. Getting the punish on Ezreal and keeping it safe, not willing to get him punished. Still has resistance in the backseat, but when will you pop it? When can you pop it? Oh no.
Yeah, there it is. Gonna be getting caught by the Gauntlet Hades, the unblockable. And that's gonna be game 2 going to Sprite, tying it up on a piece, but really good play.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Okay, so we saw a lot of respect on both players' parts on the round start, with both of them backing off. And then the second game, we saw Sprite asserting the positioning that he would have with Ragna's 5A. I think here is when we start representing the layer 2 on Sprite's part and just do 2 and 4C immediately. Like, catch Faded for trying to do a backdash assist, because I feel like that's what he's gonna do.
Alright, if you're right here,
Wow, okay.
I didn't get a chance to say so. That 5A would have got smoked by the. I think Faded might have knew, so it might have been a they know you know kind of situation. Right now, Faded going to be pushing to a corner situation. Get the Platinum 4P cooking up there, not letting Azrael jump out, and then going to switch it back to the other side.
Very interesting routing from Faded's part there.
I'm incredibly surprised they bothered calling that 6P. I thought the combo would drop. They know better than me. Platinum right now putting in work as an assist, and Yosuke just running the Yosuke game. Oh, another 4th sandwich. Where are we gonna go?
Yeah, just gonna keep it incredibly burst safe. Not quite able to kill the Ragna, but this is still a really bad situation for both sides.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, the bomb's coming through. The Twitch reaction to block that, and Faded blocking all these Azrael teleports. This is crazy work, nasty work for sure. Oh no!
Platinum burst!
Unlucky, man. The coat's arms of Azrael not willing to get hammered, and Platinum taking the punishment. Good push block out. Platinum has a chance, but no, you don't want to have a good assist here. You're gonna have to push into 5C, and Sprite was caught mashed because Sprite was caught staring and gets hit. Neutral being played.
Honestly, like, really interesting movement from both sides here, but the movement not quite able to save the Azrael here. Gonna be getting that character killed, and Solo Rocket is not the character you would feel the worst on when it comes to playing solo, especially when we pop the resonance. But oh my god,
that was really good. Sprite knew that Yosuke, if he flips, you have a clean end here, and Faded Dragon altered their timing just enough to avoid that situation. Oh, just does it! Sprite looking for the second flip, just goes to the low, and unfortunately, Sprite now getting the hit. Platinum Trinity, one chance. Swallow Moon? No. Oh, baby. Yeah, keep it solid out. See if we can avoid the Ragna on the bottom end. But no, he's still coming for you. Going to be able to route this to get more life as well. Yosuke, coming in.
Oh man, this is already looking so much worse here. Not quite able to get that confirmed with the JC, but the damage has already been done. Not quite able to punish with anything besides the JC, and the final hit of the 2A means that Sprite is going to be taking the lead in this set. Faded, unfortunately dropping so many important moments, and that's going to lead to their detriment here and now.
Can I get some bird gangs in the chat? Gauntlet Hades really do be the best move in the game.
Oh man.
Yeah, drop your bird gangs, drop your soul cows. This is looking like a Ragna propaganda game for sure.
Ragna propaganda will always be prevalent even after WNF's conclusion because this character is kind of fucking irritating. But regardless of fair mid tier, I don't think anyone who calls Ragna mid tier does not know what they're talking about. I'm gonna be so for real.
We're not, BBTAG players love making their tier list discussions. We haven't had one all year. I'm not about to start another one. It was a good run. But we're going back into it. Right now, Faded really staring up from down below in the pits, looking up at the immaculate neutral represented by this Ragna. And how will you adjust? How can you overcome this mountain? Because their defense has been incredible, but Sprite's just aggression and clutching has been proven to be even more so.
I think there's something to be said about DPing on round start like a fucking maniac. I want to say that was supposed to be a push block, but that is not what it looked like.
We got clutching, another incredible mash in that situation. We're not going to drop the combo this time. We figured out the timing. Now, Ryosuke taking a big grip. Oh no, he good, able to burst out. Goes for the instant overhead right away. Platinum not going to be able to get a chance to play though. Back to the other corner.
I definitely think Sprite has caught on to how Faded likes to use push block in their pressure, but the good defense is going to be keeping them in the game so far. Faded, unfortunately dropping the combo once again, probably tried to go for a 236 and did not get what they want, but the neutral presence...
A little bit more of an active... Oh, Jesus.
Man, so much of this meter has been spent on push block. Faded just really does not want to be in these blocking situations.
Good blocks on the overhead. Good reversal. The first reversal flown out by the Platinum. Finds purchase. And now Faded able to tag her out. Go into Yosuke. We're really maximizing health bars on both sides right now. Both these players really good at managing their character's HP.
Yeah, gonna keep it relatively burst safe because we needed the meter to go for the throw and potentially kill the character. There it is, the Ragna's down. This is the prime position for Faded. We're gonna need one more good hit, is what I would have said if we didn't get a weird drop like that too. Dude, oh my god, please.
Certainly, I think Faded playing them, or Sprite playing themselves in that situation, jumping with Azure, not being able to deal with the Platinum projectiles in that situation, and then not being able to deal with the follow-up neutral Faded Dragon, tying it up 2-2. Game 5's in my top 8. That's what I like to see.
Absolutely. No bias here. I think it's really funny watching people deal with Platinum assists because if you don't understand how it works, it's incredibly difficult to understand, like, oh, where do I position myself if they get this assist, or the RNG aspect inherently adds a layer of uncertainty that a lot of people aren't quite ready for initially. So I definitely think that played a bit of a factor into Sprite's loss that game 4. But considering how those first 3 games went, I don't think that's something that you're going to be too worried about.
I mean, definitely, I think what happened there, both players were really managing their HP well. Sprite just happened to take the hit first, ended up in that 2v1 situation. So we're going to see if maybe we can get that. Turn the tables for one more round, one more game. Right now, Faded just kind of sending things out there and doing a really good job kind of pushing neutral with the Platinum assist. Faded's gotten away with empty moonsaults like the last 2 games, and I think Bryce has got the wrong rhythm right now for trying to deal with Faded's offense and flow with his character.
Yeah, no, like, I don't think he's... not to say that he's never seen it before, but I definitely think that it's much less prevalent to see a Yosuke do empty flip as much as he is, but a good mash is going to be reversing the situation almost immediately. Fade had been representing that a good bit himself, so eating a little bit of his own thing. Sprite trying to go for a reset to make something happen, but the jump back losing him the momentum that he might have needed. This is looking a lot better.
Ooh.
The block!
Faded! You can crash the second hit! Why'd you get hit, buddy? Not like this! Oh no, not taking the throw either is gonna be really hard for Faded to keep this character alive. No real good reversals, no meter on the table either. Oh no, just get hit with the meaning. We're gonna be going to the bank. Now gotta make this comeback with solo Yosuke.
Granted, not the worst situation to be in, but man, you really feel the momentum shift from that. It is so incredibly difficult to look at that and think, man, I played incorrectly there. And for the most part, it was, but we are scrapping! We're just doing shit. We need to get as much damage as possible.
Yeah, Faded's been leaving a lot of damage on the table, trying to keep things burst safe, and with good reason. Finally goes for the damage in that situation, and Sprite Cranberry not able to punish the over pursuit. Faded needs one more hit. Needs to just get one character out there, takes the neutral given to them by Sprite, takes his space, goes for the resonance, and then just sweeps the legs.
Not quite able to confirm.
Scary.
Gustav with it on. He's dead. He's done. He lost. He's dead.
All right. Well, Sprite can always drop the combo. We could get an exclamation mark pause movement in the chat. It will not be so. Clutching coming on through.
Man, Sprite, we were talking about the mental a lot when it comes to specific players. I think Sprite is probably one of the most mentally sound players I've ever bore witness to when it comes to playing the game. It doesn't matter if he's on a single sliver of life against two full health characters, he will play with an amount of confidence that makes you wonder if he's a little bit mental in the head. That guy is so fucking good at playing fighting games, and I think that's exactly what let him take the set in such a close fashion too. Faded, unfortunately, gonna be knocked out at 7th, I believe?
7th place. Yeah, but good stuff from Faded, good stuff from Sprite Cranberry. Sprite will be moving on forward. See if they'll be able to keep the mental going against Yosro, and see if Yosro maybe has practice a bit as well, see if their mental is in the right spot for that matchup. But we'll be getting that after, I think, the match on the other side of losers. It's going to be Riazo and Hiken Sky coming your way. I don't get to drop this line. I'm not going to be able to drop this line too much longer in the WNF, but, you know, Mohican, hard-fought match against Kraken Atkins, some hard-fought, stylish combos to reward. 9 the fandom coming your way as we round into top 6.
We are finally hitting the final quarter of this bracket, folks, and with it, the most intense matches we'll most likely see, you know, unless Sky decides to, you know, play some mind games with people. But I don't think we're going to be afforded the situation to do that here.
2 points are the 2 points, you know what I'm saying? Mohican will definitely put the style in just for the extra mental damage. They're not above that.
That's a fair way of describing it, yeah. Mental damage, probably one of the most effective things to ever put on anyone, and not to say that Riazo is immune to that kind of thing, but I feel like he's been in so many situations where his opponent has tried to do that, where I feel like he's built a bit of a resilience to it, so I definitely think he has a good opportunity to, you know, just avoid that kind of issue and make sure that he's able to keep himself in the game. And especially with as strong a win condition as he has, I think that's something he's relatively justified in feeling.
I remember the days when telling the 9 players to just do the unblockable was a, you know, controversial, you know, innovative strategy. Now we just do it. We'll see if that ends up proving to be the difference maker here. We're getting right into it for your losers quarters. Let's get in.
Yep, here we go. Moving on to the match. And I could not be more excited. This is going to be what determines who moves on to semis. And it's really contested. I could not tell you in good faith that either player has a stronger record on the other, at least not to my knowledge. And I feel like that makes it even more intense.
For sure. We'll see how it goes. Right now, Mohican doing a good job kind of like playing slightly evasive, able to start getting in, and Nine the Phantom definitely has to commit to a push block or something to get Neo off of her. And yeah, good use of the student 6P. Gets that knockdown, gets him going, but now Riazo working the burst out. Mohican trying to just keep the 9 from getting away, because as we've seen in the last few sets, Susanoo not really a character who's been able to thrive in neutral lately.
Speaking of thriving, I think 9 has hit the exact point where she's going to be doing nothing but. This character is going to be able to do a burst safe setup into a kill character. Sky knows better than to burst. Going to be keeping it as safe as possible, but I think you're good with getting hit by a 5C, just wasting all those resources.
When you get by a 5C, you're not getting looped into an unblockable. That's a slightly nicer place to be. Unfortunately, though, that unblockable is becoming one more time. We're not even going to need it, though, I think. We're going to be able to build the bar. No, spend the clock early. I think you locked yourself out of a kill here.
Oh? Yeah, okay. 5C not quite able to do enough damage, but the absolutely humongous hitbox of the JA gonna be clipping the 2V, and that's gonna be a dead character.
Oh, yep. Right now, Riazo looking really in control of that round. Sky not able to really get started. Sometimes that just happens when you get hit by a Phantom. Those games turn into that for sure.
Get ready.
I don't even have anything to add to that, honestly. Very, very astute way of describing that, but
It's just what happens sometimes, right? Like, other team games have that character. You know, you get hit once, you know, they just steamroll over. You're like, okay, well, that's just what happens there. But you know, sometimes on the flip side happens here. I have a versus from Mohican Sky. The damage here is not nearly as important as the knockdown, and unfortunately, it's not going to matter as Riazo gets the tech forward, gets the hit.
and the perfect spacing to get the unblockable. Not quite able to block after the backdash, but we are going to be basically getting a free kill.
Yeah,
Not
going to be giving up the Neo. I think going to be making Susanoo take some of this. Very fortunate that Nine is not able to keep her magic meter low enough for the unblockable. So, you know, your compensation, you just have to get the huge meteors that do a lot of damage to cover the screen. All right, yeah, the burst invincibility. Burst like the invuln on the burst lets you get through the pillars.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I was a
it
little
makes total
confused
sense.
on a...
No, it makes total sense. You know, it's so intuitive. It's such a well-known interaction.
No,
Yeah.
I was confused for a minute. I can't even lie. Like I was gonna ask you before you explained it there, but I don't think we need any explanation to understand how we get hit by a 5C, because that is a fast-ass normal. But with no residents on the board, this is gonna be feeling a lot worse to participate in, especially against the 9 the Phantom neutral.
Well, almost had a really good hit on that J. B. Susanoo. This is where he gets to bully 9 a little bit, right? Because 9 doesn't have great defensive options on her own. Because when you DP like that, too late, low range, Susanoo gets to do all of the work.
There it is. That's the hit that we needed to assert as much pressure as possible here. Not quite able to get the kill that we needed because the 5P was a bit too high. Yeah, we're not getting a...
No Astral here, but one throw is all she wrote. I mean, that's something he can, like, was doing the right route. I think they maybe saw a little too hard on that last one and maybe hadn't practiced that exact situation. And unfortunately, that was the difference maker between a dead Yumi and a dead Susanoo.
Oh man, and what an anticlimactic way to end it too. Just getting thrown at the end there, no bells, no whistles, just good old strike throw. Man, it has to feel a little bit melancholy to lose a game like that after all that effort. But regardless of how much effort was put into the last game, we have another 3 that we could potentially have, and Sky's gonna have to make it work right here and now to do so.
But the extremely tall anti-hero of 9 stopping the immediate jump over Mohican. Mohican now needs a chance to get in, able to find himself right there.
Gonna be getting a nice hit into the corner here with the 214C, potentially.
Nine,
yeah,
Nine
there we
we
go.
have combos? We have combos? Wait a minute. Oh, never mind.
Oh wow, the hard bait coming in to a good effect here. Gonna be getting a nice confirm into the corner, and this is exactly the momentum that Sky needed in order to make a good pickup here. It is so fucked up that Neo can go for a fuzzy after doing the safe jump.
That's the Neo Classic, man. One of the best JAs in the game, and resets upon resets are going to be proving to be one of the difference makers here. But Ryazo still has 9 on the board, and maybe that might be all you need. Extremely good teleport to avoid the 6P jail situation. And now Susanoo has to get through the barrage of 9 normals.
I like the use of 236A just to make sure that Ryazo was able to get into Resonance relatively safely. Wasn't really able to do much with it, but I don't think you really need to. The idea is just to play the neutral for as long as possible to both build spell meter and anything, but if we're not gonna be able to do even that, then I think we're in a pretty bad position. But drops like this are gonna afford an opportunity we didn't quite have before. Nice 2B.
Yeah, this is gonna to be proving to be more than effective as an anti-air, and we're getting a game on the board. Megan's eyeing that pot and trying to get a spot on the podium.
Yeah, no, Sky looked at the money that is currently inside of the pot, and he wants a piece of that. So he's not gonna go down without a fight here against Ryazo, especially once he's so close to making it to that top 3. Gonna have to make a lot of work here.
Yeah, for sure. Ryazo, I mean, that was definitely, I think, a much better match played. I don't know necessarily what adjustments you might take away from that, but Ryazo, maybe, yeah, taking a little bit more of an aggressive approach here. Before they were playing pretty evasive, just trying to make Mahiki come to them, and now more willing to kind of throw hands, throw these normals out, because once you land good hits like this, no resources on Mahiki Sky, this is going to be really rough.
Me gonna have to guess 2 50-50s in a row? Like, I don't know, man. That was rough.
We don't have to guess on this one. You're just gonna get hit. No, the backdash. Like, these gamers are too good. Able to backdash the first hit of the unblockable and then punished on the before the second one comes through. Ryazo looking like they're in a bad situation. What a mash.
Oh man, if he was just a little bit more cognizant of hitting that foray, that could have been a very different situation. But the solo Neo gonna have to make a lot of work done here. Just creating some space in order to pop the resonance here. I don't know how I feel about that, honestly. But I'm not the one in the gameplay section. We are currently watching the players doing their best, and I think we're gonna have to make it work regardless of how this resonance was popped here. Plus frames, forcing the push block, not a lot of resource on Ryazo's side, just trying to stall out for as long as possible. Really good use of the 236 to navigate around the Snowbird, just trying to get in as close as possible to make sure that this health is chipped away slowly.
He's fighting everyone on the screen right now. Dive kicks every time an assist comes through. Every hit, just finding a landing somehow, some way, and now stuck in the sandwich. How good is your defense? Almost a very smart DP. Knew that Ryazo was trying to set the unblockable on block, but not gonna be able to do it. One more for your troubles, and unfortunately fails the dexterity check on that one. Ryazo calling the media assist, so even a backdash would not have been the answer. And taking that game, moving on into your loser semifinals.
You say dexterity, but
It's a dexterity check. I'm trying to match backdash on wake up. I don't get it every time.
I
Right?
mean, even if you did, like that was a checkmate situation. What
in
could you
that
have
situation,
done?
because he called it, yeah, because assist was called for sure.
Yeah, like DP wasn't gonna hit. You can't do
Yeah.
forward super. You
Yeah.
can't press command grab. Like, no,
That
it was
situation, that
legitimately just
situation was
over.
rough. That situation was rough. In my mind, I saw it's because Susanoo was avoid the last one was a backdash. I saw that it would be the similar sort of situation, but because Ryazo committed to the media assist as well, it's like, okay, now you're cooked.
Definitely, yeah. And unfortunately, that's gonna be Makikon falling out of bracket in 5th place and just a little bit shy of that sweet, sweet Mascherino pot. But we're gonna be looking on the other side of losers to see which person is gonna be fighting for that spot in loser from loser semis between Yusoro and Sprite. This is a matchup we've seen a lot in Big 8. I feel like these two have fought so often.
What's the record count between them in Big 8? I'm not as ardent of a follower of the going-ons there.
Your guess is as good as mine. I don't remember the exact count, but I do know these two go back and forth quite a bit when it comes to individual games. So I think it'll probably be no different here.
Speaking of individuals, another great amount contributed by an individual. Sorn throwing paycheck after paycheck into our WNF pool. $67, putting us to a 818 today. Thank you very much for your contribution. You do realize that if you leave a comment, you get to mind control a commentator temporarily to say something of your choice.
I have to
Whether or
wonder
not
where she
you
gets all this money.
whether or not you wish to partake in such in such powers, whether you can handle that responsibility, it is that is your decision. I don't know where people get this money either, but sometimes we send it for the community, for the love, and for our lovely participants. Yosro and Sprite got a lot on the line out here. How much did you donate? I can do the math real fast. You know, you're at what is that? 217.
72, 112.
You donated $67.
Yeah, 217.
Oh, god damn it!
It
Bit's
literally
ruined.
says on the. Okay, guys, come on. It says on the page how much they contributed.
Well,
Okay, but that's
I was
cheating,
just
that's
looking at the
cheating.
final prize pool, and then Diddley's out here going like, "Oh, wait, guys, the bit," and I'm like, "The bit? What's the bit?" My bad. Should have made two separate contributions. $67 straight into the pot. All right.
I don't know, man. This has been one hell of a bracket. But
For sure. We go Nutsos out here for BB tag, and we're gonna go Nutsos in the game as well. Sprite and Yosro queued up, ready to go, ready to fight it out.
and fight it out they shall, because we are playing some goddamn brawlers. I might have to
Brawlers?
I might have to chug some water.
Well, hydrate. That's
Brawlers.
nice for hydrate, everybody.
Is that a new move of Azrael's?
Yeah, Brawler Assault. It's when you do round start 214C with Ragna. And
Yeah,
put,
is he doing the rock eyebrow raise? Is that what we're calling it now?
yo,
Alright, bro.
Brawler?
Alright.
Dude, that'd be a Street Fighter. That'd be a Street Fighter 3 card. He'd get like a mad buff from that. 3 weak point. All right, very good trade, I think, on the side of Sprite. You're willing to take that DP in that situation just to get a knockdown. And Yosro obliging just the same. Good blocks. This time, doubly good blocks. Not fighting on the slow low by Azrael now. Yu Narukami getting a chance to play, getting a chance to set up the sequence. No, not calling Adachi. Probably trying to keep him safe. Trying to not let him take any damage. Best laid efforts.
Tried to hard bait with the jump there, but was able to get away with a nice scramble on the landing. Gonna be getting a really nice throw to get the kill. Or, I don't know what the fuck I'm saying, kill. But
Azrael, yeah, Azrael really prowling right now. Those teleports going nuts, so.
dude, is this how tonight's gonna be remembered? The growl.
I mean, right now, Azrael doing a good job. Hard tags into Rhina. Going to threaten the bird game, the best move in the game. Yosro not having any of it. Just shouts him out with his 5A of his own. Not confirming a counter hit 5A. Ranging to the blood edge. A little bit, looking a little bit slow right now. And unfortunately, not going to matter. Rangna looking a bit healthy and taking the first game.
What an interesting route from Sprite too. I have to wonder why they decided to go for 5BB. Maybe they knew there was gonna kill regardless. He is a little bit of a tactician, but it got him the kill, so it doesn't really matter. But what does matter is that we got another uneven donation amount from Deku. Another 792 with no comment. Shoutouts to Deku. Bro's been supporting for God knows how long, and doing it one more time with a much smaller donation than everyone else so far, but that does not make it any less valuable. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you don't have to be a high roller to donate. Any pocket change you got from your previous tournament winnings, feel free to drop that in. It'll be greatly appreciated for this bracket or for next bracket. We got PC next week too. We might not see next week though if Azrael continues to slaughtered the Adachi. Very fortunate Yosura able to find a gap in there to burst safely. Yosura!
Okay.
Yosura, I'm not sure what's showing up on your screen, but it's rolling back. You can't DP in these situations.
Okay, I get the mindset, right? He probably was gonna press 5B, but that might have been the most high roll Uma Musume 10 roll gotcha type shit I've ever seen, dude. What the fuck?
Yosura, you weren't like this before. You've changed. What has happened? He's been playing too much gotcha. He's been gambling too much. He's been just sending it right with the ominous walk up. Who knows what that was? Yosura has a chance now though. Isn't his Narukami even getting a clean hit too? He's got a few hits that you might be able to find, and you're not gonna find it now.
Trademark backdash into 6A. The Sprite special, call it cracking open a cold one. Gonna be able to get the second game here and put himself 2-0 with it. Dude, I might need to. I'm out of breath.
Hey, go get some water. As you, this water is sponsored to you by Reich. There's another $102 contribution with the comment, "Nah, y'all broke. I'm number one."
Bro.
I mean, you're not wrong, Reich, but also technically you are number one. You've donated $303 today, so insane. All right, we have a higher earner than me right now with the 9 figures coming through. Speaking of 9 figures, Adachi getting the hit and finally able to put some cash in the bank. First contribution he's made all day.
What a fucking transition! Almost as good as getting a nice counter hit on the honestly really cool confirm. I was not expecting. What are we doing, bro?
Yeah, we got the Hoshino Ken is coming early, man. Narukami dribbled on the ground. Stabilize that awkward situation though. Yosura not having any of it. Go to slow it down. Command grab, milk out the time to bait. Get the partner gauge back in there. Baits a DP of their own. Yosura's a changed man. He gave the controller. He took it away from his little brother. No longer matching reversal actions. Going to be able to get a kill on a character.
Yeah, gonna keep it relatively simple as well. Not doing any unnecessary CC extensions. Wants to keep those resources on board just to put himself in a much better situation. Trying his best to defend against Ragna and keep himself composed, and doing a good job so far.
The most patient I've seen Yosura all night. Oh, okay, finally wins out on a counter hit trade of their own. Going to be able to get the AZO loops. Has a lot of bar and going to be threatening to kill for the next hit, especially when you have the BZO coming down your face. Where are you going to go? He got that empty. That empty death blow was super good.
Yeah, honestly, like, really clean play from Yusoro there. Something that Sprite really likes to do when it comes to calling out CC pressure is push block mashing, because a lot of people try to go for system mix when, you know, the assist is forcing them into block stun. You understand how much block stun you have, so you play around it, but when you're push blocking it like that, it definitely makes more sense to keep it relatively airtight. And I think Yusoro has a good read on when Sprite wants to do so, because he has not allowed him to do it once.
For sure. Well, we got 2 more games if we're trying to make it on through. Yosuro right now starting to show signs of life. Showing signs of, honestly, some brain damage right there. DP's just to get away from Ragna. Able to work out somehow. Gets the hit as well. A lot of damage, surprisingly. Thank you, Adachi, and your scaling. And this is really looking at Yosuro around. Good blocks. Oh, the good throw bait too. Yosuro is back, baby. Unchained from matching reversals in neutral right now. One more touch will spell the end of Azrael. How will we find it?
That might be a dead character, actually. Gonna be getting a lot of damage off of this hit, and probably just gonna cross ray. No, not going for the pickup. Just wanted to keep it relatively safe. Tried to go for the single overhead, but man, just catching the jump here and hitting him on.
Yo, let's go.
Dude.
First perfect of the day. Yeah, this is the Yosura I expected to see, right? This machine-like looping of pressure, just keeping everything oppressive, hard to escape from. And I'm glad to see that we get to see at least some of this Yosura in this bracket. I will say that, yeah, because it was the Residence version of the Adachi Super, he doesn't get a counter hit pickup confirm.
Oh, that's right. I do forget that's different. That's
It does look like it's similar, but I think it's I guess it's unfortunate, but you still get like 7,000 damage from it, so you'll take it either way, right?
Can't escape from
No, yeah,
crossing
2000%. You could definitely feel that coming into play, catching the jump with the 5P, but a huge drop on a little bit of a weird space. Oh, my god!
Azrael did not land a hit on anyone, it felt like, but still pushed Narukami out of the way. Yosro scraping, trying to find some way of getting started. Adachi needs to land a hit to get going. Don't call the assist, don't call the assist. You saw Sprite looking at him, looking for a time to just kill the Adachi. Instead, going to be dancing all over the Narukami and might be killing him instead.
Now that's absolutely a dead character is what I would have said if we're getting a really good mash on defense here. Yusoro might be a nut job, but he knows how to do it in the most succinct ways possible. Really good defense.
Oh, the frame trap on the slow 2A and the Narukami privilege going to be able to pick up the character and land a stable combo. One touch away. The slow beat! No! Gets the unfortunate up back. And as a result, what was going a golden opportunity, looking a lot like Tin right now.
A really strong DP to bust out in the final situation there. And Yusoro is going to be knocked out of the bracket. After such a strong showing within the last two games, he really made it clear that he was here to stay. And unfortunately, such a momentum loss meant that he wasn't quite able to come back from that at the end. That is it.
Yeah, I'd be raging too if I got an up back accidentally off of the throw bait like that. Oh, what a tragic way to unfortunately end your bracket run in tied for 5th place, but a wonderful run nonetheless by Yosuro. Loser semifinals is going to be host to a Riazo and Sprite Cranberry 1-4-5-8-2-9-1-0-3. But I think we're going to get winners finals before that.
Yeah, no, we're going to be playing that out just to make sure that we have the bracket flow a little bit more smooth. And that match is going to be something I think we're all very familiar with. Chop versus Scrub.
Yep.
I do want to say real quick, by the way, before we get into that match, that I said it in the chat, but just in case people didn't see it, if we hit 1K in the prize pot, both tonight and for next week, the payouts will be expanded to top 8.
Oh.
As a whole.
That's huge. That's huge.
That is huge. That is a fat chunk of change coming your way. We're almost at 1K tonight with the $23.08 contribution from E30 with, still keep it real, BB tag comment. $9.51, $49 left to go. You guys don't have to make Soren pay that $49. I know she's itching, chomping at the bit, but doesn't have to be her. And we got at least 4 more matches to go before we round out tonight's bracket.
And we're going to make every single one count, because moving on to this winners finals, I think it's incredibly interesting watching players that not only at a higher caliber, but people that have played super often, because the Yomi between them is probably higher than you would expect from any other player that has played a similar amount, especially from these two in particular. Scrub, able to turn the switch on and off between calculated and dog shit crazy on a dime, and the scramble god that is Chop is definitely a smorgasbord of mixed potential that I feel like isn't really explored that often, so I am incredibly excited to watch how they go about it.
Yeah, this is definitely a finals type match, definitely going to be part of rounding out the series, a final arc sort of matchup between Chop and Scrub. I'm gonna just, you have some exciting analysis. I'm gonna quickly interrupt that to bring the great news. We have broken $1,000 thanks to an FBW plus. It's the $49 contribution, 07 salute emoji. Thank you very much. And one more last second contribution from Land, $25 with the comment. Wasn't able to make it tonight. Strep throat killing me. Get well soon, champ.
The amount of donations that we've had within the last hour or so, it seemed like it'd be a games done quick stream, but it might be going even quicker if we're going to be getting confirms like that, but unfortunately not quite able to stabilize it. but not gonna matter too much if we're getting.
Ooh, good blocks from Scrub. I'm gonna say why. I'm surprised Scrub is sticking with Wallstein Ackerman here. Maybe there's something we know about this matchup. Maybe there's something that we'll be learning today. Chop Suey again, another wake up reversal, and again so right for it. Not willing to let Scrub get started.
Yeah, just doing a good job of playing around the matchup here.
Oh, the Hotaru, keep her pinned down. Chop still plenty healthy though, and able to wear out all of this cross combo. Still ends up getting hit. Not going to opt the burst. Going to be, oh man, taking more lows, and Scrub not able to cancel into a counter in time.
Yeah, no, that ultimately makes a huge difference when it comes to.
Oh no.
Kind of a humble punish for such a situation like that, but we are going to be getting a dropped punish on the DP.
She is broken. The
Funny ass character.
5B not autocorrecting. She is going over to the other state, evading those taxes, saying, I don't need to play by your rules. And getting away with robbery right there. Scrub down the solo Wallstein.
And not impossible, but you're going to feel really uncomfortable while it happens. Really good defense on Scrub's part, but unfortunately going to be getting caught by the empty low, and that's going to be a finished game 1 within Chop's favor.
Yeah, that sure was a clean final sequence by Chop. I have no idea how Scrub wasn't rewarded for his efforts with that DP bait. Just goes to show GA DP certainly would make me rage. Up 1-0, Chop Suey trying to repeat as WNF champ after their triumph last week. Will Scrub be able to retake the crown, or will they have to be playing from behind? Winner of this gets a whole set of leeway down in grand final. We're going to the SS. This is what I can see.
I think Scrub realized that with the kind of matchup that this is, capitalizing on your hits is going to be incredibly pivotal towards making substantial progress, and this is probably the team that you're going to want to play to do just that. I think every single meaningful hit from this team does at least 8k, no bar, no bitches, no paper type shit. And
no bar, no soap, no monkeys in the house for sure. See, I'm not too familiar with the routing on this one. I know that Cess definitely has a lot of potential with the cross-up and cross-combo sequences like this. Already getting started right now. Going to be some pretty decent damage, but more importantly, orb setups and Cess Oki coming your way.
what an
Rips
insane
him up.
combo, by the way.
No, never mind, almost.
Not quite sure what side he was on initially, but we are going to be able to noticeably block out some of the situation, not quite taking too much damage for it. Orb not really going to be doing much here. Good burst on block to get the healthier character in. Going to be catching the up back and finally getting some momentum on the board.
For sure, Waldstein, not the fastest character in the world, but with that under knife jump part, definitely has ways of getting around the screen in tricky situations. Good blocks by Chop, not able to block the cross up at last second. Orb's coming through, and Chop going for the throw, knows that even if it gets tech, the orb goes away. Very smart defensive maneuver.
Incredibly interesting choice to go for wake up throw there, but reversing the momentum in a way that matters is definitely the only thing that had to happen. Scrub already on the back foot once again.
Yeah, Scrub Waldstein looking kind of Pringles right now. Not able to really make too much of an impact in the last few interactions. Now going to be stuck in the Lego brick hell one more time. The 6P's coming on through, able to get out, but even if you get out of that, right, the Chie is one JC away, one DP away from making Waldstein come back all the way across the screen.
Ah man, just trying so hard to make any kind of meaningful hit come through, but a good drop on Chop's part gonna be leaving Scrub the opportunity to pop the resonance, but no, another big drop, the chance of the gods provided to our favorite Scrub. Gonna be getting their opportunity in gold to try and make this work. A DP, not quite able to swipe.
Your accordion arms coming on through, not gonna be able to get the solid knockdown. Chie has so much room to work with. Meteors to get out for free. Oh boy, I think with an assist here, maybe be able to kill with a cross combo. No, not going to find it just yet.
Oh wow, what a bust out with the command grab. That requires a lot of confidence to do, and it's gonna give Scrub the exact bit of momentum he needs, but not quite able to get a meaty off of it. Once again, forced into a sandwich situation, and that's gonna be the death of the Wald. Once again, not quite able to persevere through the litany of defensive situations he was forced into, and Scrub on the back foot.
It is a bad time right now for Scrub. Switching the character, I mean, was working for a bit, but Seth, unfortunately, having so little health means that you don't have too much leeway when playing them. We will be sticking it out all the way through. Ruby, Rose, and Reign of the Blood Edge will not be coming on through, at least for your winner's bracket. Bones will not be stolen quite yet. And we'll see if this Waldstein Seth can start making ways in.
I hope your claws aren't rusty, plotter of
Yeah, like, granted, we did talk about the switch in matchup here when it came to swapping from Hakumen to Seth, and I do think that was the correct choice. But man, with the way Chop plays, it just requires a lot of... How do I put this? A lot of let's just say matchup knowledge to be able to just play around all of the various neutral setups that he has and all of the above. But a nice hit on 5B. Go ahead.
Yeah, Scrub's been doing really good with like kind of baiting out reversals, like making Chop, forcing Chop into uncomfortable defensive situations. It's just been not paying out for him today. Oh, but that's gonna pay out for him right there. Throw into throw, dead Shie. Problem out of here.
Yeah, and that's the kind of hit that you're looking for if you're Scrub. Just, oh, that was a really unfortunate position.
That was so funny. The incoming kills both orbs. And, I mean, as a result, you know, DP started. Chop's gonna recover all this life if we go into Resonance, but when will we find a chance? Might not happen for a hot second.
Oh wow, yeah, Chop just not teching there. Maybe a little bit scared of a potential reset. We're gonna be setting up a nice cross combo. Good blocks on Chop's part. Just gonna be using the Resonance to his advantage, but a nice pickup from Scrub there. Gonna be able to clutch it out and put himself on the board.
Yeah, Chop, right now, Waldstein looking like a $1,000 character. We are sticking to our guns. And I mean, I think, you know, fundamentally, Scrub is doing a good job setting up these sandwiches. Finding those hits. It's just a matter of when a defensive option is called out, can we not have something awful happen to us? And yeah, I mean, Scrub able to come out on top in that one. 2 more games to be in the winner side of Grands. See if that can prove to be true. Chop taking a second, maybe thinking things over.
Yeah, granted, I feel like what happened that game was primarily just losing the momentum and guessing wrong a few times on defense, but if you simply just don't get put in that situation again, you really don't have anything to worry about, and I think that's the kind of mentality Chop is going to be embodying for the rest of this match here. Just keep zoning them out, keep making sure that they don't get the game plan started, and capitalize on the mistakes.
Yeah, we are switching easily around start. Maybe trying to play a little bit more with the assists. I'm not sure if she maybe has a better situation when the claw and the assess are coming through. Already not looking like it's working out. And, oh no, full punish. Not to be able to extend with that orb, but still solid damage from Waldstein. The latest JA coming on through. Chop not ready to respond in time. 4 bars on the table. Will this character die from a double super? Not gonna chance it just yet.
Confidence to do Wake Up Super Jump EX Dragon Kick is probably something that you would see in the history books, because once again, we're going to be putting ourselves in our win condition as fast as possible, just trying to get out, and Scrub unable to block all the overheads. I have to wonder if that burst was worth it.
Definitely not, because they got a lot of bar on that combo route, and I think you know, most players not really getting a chance to play with CC Gauge at the moment. Chop, another throw finds its way to its mark miraculously. Chief teleport for the cross up, but unfortunately not going to be able to get a hit. Scrub with the interesting chain into the DP there ends up jailing Chop just for a little bit longer. Chop has been blessed by the fighting game gods today. So many first DPs situations working out miraculously in their favor. Yet another one might prove to be the difference maker here, but I'm not letting it come down to that.
I am actually shocked that Scrub wasn't charging up a 6B in that situation, because I feel like that ultimately made the difference. Not quite able to confirm off of the EX orb hitting after the EX dive. Spent a lot of meter to try and make it work, and we're going to be spending one war just to make sure there's some sort of neutral presence on the screen. Both characters so low, rampage time on the clock. There are so many things going on here.
No! Chop not having the something to pick up on that combo down to just Chie. Meteors coming on through. Get a chance.
Gonna be forced to block quite a bit here. Really doesn't want to be in this situation against Chie. Yeah, gonna be getting hit low. Didn't want to spend the push block. Just really trying to force something to get out of the chip situations.
Yeah, I mean, in this situation, we've seen other characters have a hard time catching Chie in this situation. This time, Chie needs to catch Tess because Tess has that orb available, and caught he will be Chop Suey with the grab for the win.
I can take a few more of you on.
Dude, I feel incredibly vindicated in describing Chop as a scramble master, because that exact last situation where he managed to get like 3 different hits in the span of 2 seconds absolutely exemplifies that idea. He hit a 2A, jump canceled. I guess Scrub was a little bit thrown off by that and tried to jump, got hit in jump startup, but then he didn't do a combo and just landed and did a delay throw. Got TRM'd because he tried to do it maybe while in hit stun, and unfortunately just a bunch of unfortunate series of events leading to quite the loss there, and Scrub gonna be moving down to losers finals.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, Chop, you know, really scrambling things up, making, you know, can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs. And Chef is in the grand finals, looking to repeat, looking to stake their claim as the PSN champion. We have 3 more challengers potentially on their way to dethrone that crown, and we'll be finding one of them coming up soon. I believe it is going to be Riazo and Sprite for that privilege. Having hit over $1,000, 4 digits, everyone in top 8 is going to get paid out. Even you, Atkins, and your Hilda gameplay, as you have elucidated in the chat. He said it in the chat, not me. But yeah, at $131, $1 from you, Midori, direct contribution, $8 in a bank account, just a little going to the goats. I'm sure they appreciate it, and we got one more as well.
Yeah, another $5 from Shin. Shoutouts to Shin. I haven't seen that guy in ages, but coming out from the woodworks to make sure that we have an even better Wednesday night fights tonight, and I don't think he could have exemplified it any better than by saying, "Linnae squad, let's go, always the Linnae squad."
For sure. We'll, you know, I'm sure Swornal is itching to enter next week as well. We might get a Linnae in our graphics for once. Here's hoping. But we'll see that next week potentially on the PC platform. If you guys are waiting for more action, we got one more WNF next week. We got Awaited Fate in February. Azure Encore will be operating next year, thanks to Pat Neko and Church. Lots of BBTAG still coming your way. Just because this series is ending doesn't mean BBTAG has to die down as well. We are still in the works and still plan on, as we get over here with Sprite Cranberry 145829103 versus Riazo.
Yeah, no,
How has this now? What are Sprite's numbers? What is it numbers next to Sprite's name being? Do they want to know?
I don't think there's any particular meaning. It might just be, you know, the scramble of numbers that are necessary to get your name properly. Because, like, I'm sure you're aware of how often people might take your name online. I feel like that's definitely part of it. But I don't care how many names you might go by, Driftwood, Sprite Cranberry, we all suffer the same fate from unblockables, and unfortunately, that's going to be the case.
Yeah, Sprite just, putting in the inputs he's trying to do to get escape from the unblockable sequence. Spinning that control stick round and round, able to actually struggle your way out and get a solid hit on 9. In fact, a hit with Ragnar as well. Getting some life back, going to be putting 9 at a touch away here. Will we find that hit? Yo, the meatiest gauntlet hit in the world, but unfortunately not able to. Hello? Both of these players just whip throw and threw a normal out right after the aggression fully on display. Backdash, the shimmies, the kill. The Yumi's not dead, but the intent was there.
A bit of a scary place to do that as well, because Ryazo was just about to get their burst back, but thankfully was able to work out in their favor. Gonna be getting a hard bait on the 9, gonna be getting a really nice kill here, and I definitely think you prefer to kill the 9 over the Yumi. Oh my god!
Let's go, baby! That's what I like to see! We ain't stealing phones with the random, we're driving by and slamming bikes. Good stuff by Sprite Cranberry with the offensive super and taking game 1.
Something I was talking about with a few of the people inside of Cram Sesh earlier was that decisions made, I believe it was Yo Gamers that said it, the lower, not the lower, the more layers that you have, the weaker that they become. And I think that was exemplary right there, because nobody would do Carnage Scissors in that situation unless you had an incredibly good reason to. And I feel like that was the exact kind of thing you need to establish in a set like this.
That routing was insane, by the way. Like, already very, typical smart stuff. Hello? Sprite, right. What are you on? What is this? BB Tank Bash was 5 years ago, man. We don't gotta. You're doing it to the BB Tank Bash video maker. Ryazo, I got to consult the logs right now. Getting styled on. Gonna be taking so much damage from both of these characters, and now calming it down.
Yeah, calm me down just a little bit. Surprised that he didn't try to Growler there. Maybe thought that the assist was coming through. Gonna try and make something work from the situation here. Nice 4P to get the 9 off of you, but getting caught by the 5P, returning to the situation once more. Not quite an unblockable scenario, but we're gonna have to guess regardless.
Those were, I guess, maybe it was mashing quick block there as Sprite was trying to struggle their way out. Oh yes, it's coming on through. Keeping that Yumi occupied. How are we going to play through the CC neutral? Sprite Cranberry finally falling prey to the 9 to Phantom on one side of the screen. Going to be having, just enough match meter for the unblockable, as there are not really many options to get out of that.
Yeah, gonna be forced to get hit low on the unblockable here. Really good call on the air dash. Not quite able to confirm and kill the Yumi, but we are gonna be putting ourselves in a much better position than we were otherwise.
Oh, incredibly good block on his head. Ryazo needs to find a way to get Yumi out, or just throw a 5B out there, and that character is dead as hell. The scaling on that normal, non-existent 8,000 damage before even spending the cash.
I like the idea to do what he did there, because the thought process in Sprite's mind is that he wants to kill the Yumi ASAP before Ryazo gets the opportunity to even try and do any assist things. So he's gonna run at you. But the best way to stop someone from running at you and pressing their poke is by counter poking. And he did exactly that in the perfect moment right after he landed. Ryazo recognizing the situation perfectly and capitalizing off of a hit that he knew could win him the game.
For sure. As Sonic-kun so eloquently said, hey, Yumi 5B go Burr. Sure does go Burr. We'll see if it goes Burr one more time. Both players up backing respectfully, kind of blocking up around start, and Sprite unfortunately falling for the instant overhead, barely getting clipped by the Yumi. And unfortunately, that 6P is going to be proving to put Sprite into another very poor situation.
Yeah, not quite going for the unblockable this time. Just tried to back, I think? I'm not sure what that was, actually.
Can you Growler to get out? I'm just wondering, I'm just guessing, maybe the overhead is too needy?
Yeah, you can, but if you needy with the overhead first, then it technically becomes ungrowlerable because the JV itself is still a hit.
I see. So you have to read that Real's gonna be a little bit late and mash out and mash the electric projectile with the face.
You have to be a little more careful with your Oki. Yeah, it's like what we were talking about with Hakunin, except I don't think we're gonna have to worry about that kind of thing here because this character is dead.
Yeah, all this analysis doesn't really matter against the overwhelming power of the witch. Yeah, so getting through that game and the time it took us to get through the analysis. Up 2-1, Sprite. I mean, from a really strong set of games, now looking like they're a little bit on the back foot.
I think back foot is a bit of an understatement there. I give Sprite a lot of credit for being able to, you know, keep his head in the game, not worry about situations like that. But when you're put in such a dire spot, it's kind of hard to look at that and think, I can come back from that. I'm not sure quite what he's feeling at the moment, but I wouldn't imagine it would be anything positive right then and there. But maybe I'm wrong.
Look, man, only good juices could be flowing through your brain when you rip a round start EX slice just like that. No confirm off the JA. You know, probably was expecting to go to a blocking or something. Unfortunately, Azro not really getting a chance to growler there, and now Sprite on the defense.
Immaculate spacing on that air dash there, just trying to make it so there was nothing to worry about. The 5B unfortunately whiffing, and we're going to be getting a nice kill on the character, trying to route as best as possible before the burst came in. Really good read on the jump too.
Alright, Sprite seeing maybe find a good first point to get Azrael in. I'm not sure if that's going to be relevant at the moment. Riazo taking the chip damage where they can. That Growler is going to be live and active. And what a good mash on the foray. Knew that Sprite was going to try to take some space and run forward. Can't kill, unfortunately. So Sprite has a chance. Maybe try to just raw tag out. Not going to be able to do so. 1v1.
Granted, not the worst situation to be in. I think if you want any character to deal with 9 here, this is definitely the one. But it is not perfect. But if we're going to be growlering through like that, I would imagine that it's not the worst situation either. Going to be getting a nice hit with the 236A and forcing an unblockable most likely?
Yeah, I mean, that was not great. Especially once Sprite spent that resonance, he didn't have an easy up to unblockable anymore, and I think the worst part of it is he was not able to really capitalize on it, right? Not able to land many hits on 9, not able to get any chip damage. And in a kind of an anticlimactic way, they will fall prey to 9 the Phantom and end up in 4th place in your WNF bracket.
Fantastic stuff to both players there. I think that was an incredibly fun set. We talked a lot about the Yomi between Chop and Scrub earlier, but I think that's also applies between Sprite and Riazo. Those two have fought each other time and time again, and I think Sprite actually has a positive record. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you could definitely see that causing some sort of mental anguish, but not something that we're going to have to worry about now because Riazo taking it, and we're going to be moving on to Losers Finals. Another set that I think we're super familiar with. Scrub versus Riazo.
Yeah, another run back. Riazo showing on the screen. We might get some evil, you know, more evil than we were accustomed to. Counteract Scrub's more unorthodox character choices. We'll see if we have a commitment to this. I definitely see the vision. Certainly, Yumi, while a good character, might have some unique difficulties into the long limbs of Scrubs, Waldstein, and Hakumen. So switching to a Hilda, having something aggressive and egregious like a Hilda 4P might prove to be the difference maker here. We will see.
Yeah, I could definitely see that being the differential between make or break in terms of neutral. I feel like the thought process here is that Hilda is incredibly good at slowing the pace of the match down, even more so than 9 is. So putting them together and having the coverage on both sides definitely helps. It makes it so the whole hit and run thing, waiting for them to make a mistake, is a little more prevalent, even if the damage is definitely in the favor of Scrub's team. It's hard to really say how it could work, but I think that could be a big thing.
Yeah, I think going off of that analysis, right? Like Riazo, when he was forced to play Yumi into Scrub's team, you definitely saw some pretty normal-ish BB tag neutral. Hilda having movement options like the 5BB teleports, and the dive kick would have proved to be a difference maker, but we're going to be sticking with Yumi here. No time for second guessing ourselves. Sending the main stuff as we are in Losers Finals. Riazo and Strike Sprohei Otani, aka Yofei Scrub, putting it through.
We are moving on to our game 1, and with it, a whole new bevy of possibilities. Gonna be going into the round start here, just jumping away, playing it relatively patient here. I think Ryazo did literally nothing, and that is not something I'm quite used to here. Tried to command grab, but got a nice push block. The 6P giving into a weird situation, not quite having the assist to extend off that 2-1-4, but getting a good counter hit with the button. Good use of the burst right as the 2-6B went out, just to make it as burst safe as possible. Oh my god!
Almost extremely, because Ryazo saw that they were about to whip the 5B. They knew they had a DP not to get clipped by the counter of Hakumen, but on both ends, just kind of scrambling it out. Hakumen, Yofei Scrub keeping that corner and going to be threatening a death on a character. Strike throw, here we go.
Oh yeah, gonna keep the same side overhead here, not able to do too much with it. But we are gonna be using the counter to avoid just a little bit of chip and try to get out of the situation a little bit more unscathed. Was able to swap... Go ahead.
Let's go switching back to the 5-5 matchup. Definitely trying to use things like that 5B. Keep 9 on the ground. Keep the screen controlled. On through more clips of the lightning ball. No sonic moves out here. Those projectiles are not friending to me. Wall sign slowly inching their way towards the corner, and there we go. Button plus assist, getting it to full conversion.
I'm definitely noticing that Wald isn't quite as good. Who cares about the analysis, man? Man.
Yeah, Scrub hit him with the big old change up, man. No, that strikes me here out. Home run for Hakumen. Out of the park. Jesus.
What a role reversal. I have to imagine Ryazo had an idea of how he wanted to go about dealing with that particular assist, but just, I don't know if it was a positioning thing or something along those lines, but
might have mistimed
wow.
it slightly, I would imagine. Like, I think in God's chosen world, you teleport through the slash, you punish Hakumen on the way down. You know, you get some cancels, maybe put wall sign and block stun. But oh boy. that was rough looking. And we're switching it up. We're no longer playing Yumi. She's retired. You know, taking out back.
Damn. Hit him with the old yeller.
You know, bro got sent to the minor leagues, man. We can't be having players like that out there. Hilda's been brought back up out of the bullpen. Going to be a relief pitcher. See if we can slow it down, because that game did not go slow at all.
Yeah, no, the contrary to popular belief, that was definitely the opposite of any kind of slow gameplay. But the good movement from Scrub gonna be able to navigate around the 5B and get a nice little chunk of change in exchange. The fuzzy?
Yo, instant overheads of their own. Wildstein coming on through, and yeah, this is what you can do if you are Hilda. You can lay out those projectiles. Wildstein cannot cut all of them. Definitely has to make Scrub use movement to avoid. And the other trying to force his way out of the corner, unfortunately gets clipped down below.
Yeah, just using his gigantic air normals to really make the most of any kind of hit that he's getting here. Oh my god.
Baby, style on them. Just sends it out to counter draw in neutral. Hard reads from Yofei Scrub. Going to prove to probably be a dead character. We got to cancel him here. No, not going to be able to get the super. Oh, buddy. The overhead not going to find his purchase. He has a chance at life.
You couldn't see it, but I did the hardest speed give of all time. That was so unfortunate. Gonna be able to get a really nice DP off, and yeah, dead carry. Oh my god! Hitting the assist once again, proving beneficial for Ryazo here. Once again, getting out scot-free of a situation where he probably should have gotten punished.
I'm trying to employ that same game plan of, you know, walk them down in the corner, put out the big fall plus assist, make them block. Unfortunately, the laser is just not negotiable. It's too fast, too much of a hit scan approach. Walt has to walk forward like normally, and it's Ryazo hurries them off at every turn. Rampage time available. The 2B, the non-confirmed, the unfortunate.
Yeah, super a little bit too far, but thankfully wasn't punished for it per se. Just going back into the neutral here. Nice DP to deal with the assist. Gonna be forcing 9 right back into the back foot here.
No way. Huh? Hilda didn't get hit?
Wait, what happened? I'm actually super curious. How did that happen?
you would expect a little shockwave at the very least to go through because Hilda's 4P is not a projectile, but somehow the hitbox disappeared, and Riazo getting away scot-free, but not scot-free enough. Another batter up, another character out of the park, down to solo Hilda.
Perfect timing on the... Tried to cut the projectile, I assume, but a little bit too early. Gonna be cashing out straight into the super immediately, maybe to preserve the resonance time for as long as possible here.
Close it down while you can, get a good knockdown maybe. The respect, the stare down, the absolute gall to just press super, knowing the flow of the game, down to solo wall sign against solo Hilda.
Yeah, gonna make this work here, just trying to spend as much of this resonance time being as efficient as possible. Just setting up a lot of 236 Bs, trying to maintain as much space as he can, but already backed into the corner here. Gonna be popping the resonance within the free time. Nisa back to deal with the instant overhead here. Gonna be really good blocks on Scrub's part, catching me up back, and that's gonna be that character.
Yes, routes into not even gonna oblige with an Astro this time. Probably not sure if we'll pin in that situation. Just goes for the simple God press super in order to take the game. Actually, that takes the... That didn't take the set. It's 2-0, 2-0, 2-0.
Yeah,
Man, that game went a lot slower, a lot longer than the last one. Wait, Monkey, what projectile did it clash with? Because it didn't clash with Hilda 4P. That's not a projectile. Someone clipped it. I'm sure we'll figure it out in the replay theater as the chat's on it. Chat's on it.
Yeah, they're gonna figure it out for us. Appreciate y'all. The minds of the mass. We'll call them. Gonna be moving into the final game here. Swapping back to the Yumi. Maybe we're thinking that the Hilda didn't quite do what we wanted to.
Well, maybe the thought also is that, 9 Wald is a 5-5 matchup. Maybe if we start Yumi point and then go into this messed up 9 situation, we can change the tides. Finding the first hit, trying to bait out a burst, Scrub not obliging, and unfortunately 9 the Phantom getting duffed for her troubles. Another slash coming on through. Big damage because it was fully charged.
Oh yeah, tried to fuzzy jump, not fuzzy block, excuse me. Tried to fuzzy block in that situation. Unfortunately got caught losing all this momentum and is going to be forced into an unblockable once again. This is probably a dead character.
Scrub didn't just go for counter there. I heard a counter hit, so threw out a normal or something. And, I mean, tagging into wall just to make Riazo complete a combo to get the kill. Riazo obliging and even saving the bar.
Yeah, really good routing from Riazo there, just to make sure that he preserved as much meter as possible while also achieving the goal of killing the character. That's someone that has definitely labbed that situation through and through, and he understood exactly what he needed to do. Showing the mastery of this team that he has.
For sure. So, Grub, I mean, was having a dominant set of games. Riazo maybe figure out something starting with the Yumi point that last game. Maybe catch you Scrub a little bit off guard, a little bit off balance at the round start. See if that is going to be the case, or we're just going to switch back to the 9. It's all vibes based, baby.
It is looking, I don't want to say dire, but definitely still on the back foot regardless of how that last game went. We did win, and we do have that win condition under our belts, but I don't like how this is looking suddenly. Why is the frame rate dropping?
Riazo suddenly moving their setup to Barbados. Incredible.
Oh, the Barbados call it is crazy.
Brother got a relocation bonus right in time. Jeez, that was a start.
Justified. But I have to wonder why that happened, right? Like,
I do, yeah. That's curious. The Feds got us, man. We can't be having such high stakes gaming going on here. Pot is at $1,031. We have guaranteed top outs, payouts for your top 8. First place currently on the hook for 412. Seventh place. Just 7th place is even going to get 60. you can give everyone in the bracket a little bit more reward for their excellent play, their excellent showing, not only through this tournament, but through all the tournaments you've had throughout the history of this game. Exclamation mark, Match Reno, Master Chief, Master Chumfi, I don't know. Those will surely be valid as we round out the day. Ryazo and Scrub, $200 money match right here. Let's see if we can stabilize. Right now, the connection's looking a lot better. Ryazo seeing if we can make this to a game 5.
Gonna have to do quite a bit of work to make that happen, but already looking pretty bad in the situation category. Not quite able to confirm with the 6P, a bit of a positional problem, maybe a little bit too slow on the startup as well. I like the use of the parry just to try and get around being forced into block stun. Gonna be, honestly, a really good situation here. If Ryazo gets hit, that's basically a dead character.
Yeah, Scrub, really good manipulation, pushing Ryazo back to the corner even after all of the cross-combo shenanigans. Good to spend all the bar, possibly. If you spend another 2, you get one more hit to kill. No, just gonna call immediate assist, have that available, and forces a burst out of Ryazo.
I like the patience on Ryazo's part, just really making sure that he waited for the opportune point to burst, and that was definitely it, because he knew he wanted to establish some sort of block stun, and...
The teleports! The absolute gall and bravery by Ryazo to get out of the corner scot-free, avoid the mix-up, and Scrub, I mean, able to force him back in, but not without some effort.
This character's so unpush-blockable. Bro has did like 4 different specials and stayed on like 3 different push blocks, but we're going to be enforcing those plus frames, really trying to make something work here. I do like the patience on Scrub's part.
Yeah, Scrub definitely jumping at the right time, cutting the assist up by a lot. Ryazo, not too much leeway to work with the Yumi. Might have to play solo 9 for a bit, or just accept that she might just die. The throw bait, the run up active switch with the overhead does so much damage to 9 to Phantom. And Ryazo's tournament life coming down to this very low HP Yumi.
Oh, what crazy movements to go for the cross-up button there. That was insane. Wait, I've never seen a Hawkman do that.
The you mean a slow tackle active switch, or which part precisely?
Doing IAD 214A to cross up there after blocking the situation, because he knew he was plus.
Yeah,
and
sure.
and Ryazo knew it for sure. He probably didn't want to risk anything crazy, so he took advantage of that. IAD'd over, caused the assist, and like, since he knew, he was able to immediately inflict a cross up with the 214. That was crazy. I have to give mad props for that one. But Ryazo gonna be knocked out.
The Hawkman champion sure knows how to go, and no better pilot than Strike Hey Otani, Yofe Scrub. You may know him by other famous monikers like XX_goo_babies_XX. But he is one of our players of all time, one of our champions, our LeBron James of these WNF brackets. But coming up here, Chop Suey, potentially going to be taking the last PSN crown, has a set up to do so as we come into the very end of our bracket today. There's another contribution from Maturino, $10.
Oh?
You're up, Mino. I've been rattling off the last few of these.
Yeah, no, I totally got that for you. We have a $10 contribution from John Striker. I have no idea who this is, but you're the goat for the donation. Thank you so much. Thanks to you for always holding it down all this time. The scene won't be the same without you, so continue to hang out with us. Truer words could not have been spoken. And oh, that's you. My bad.
That's Chop?
This
Yo,
Chop.
Chop? Yo, John BBTAG out here, really revealing the pseudonyms at the last second. Thank you, Chop. Funding your own law school loan payments through this bracket. That's what we like to see.
It's gotta be like a statement of confidence to donate to the bracket that you're currently in.
You're just there for the vibe. You're there for the vibes, right? Anyway, going in there. Scrub not going to be playing the Cess at the start. We're starting it off going through with the Wallenstein Hakumen. I'm not sure if this is going to prove to be fruitful, because they were doing better with Cess, I believe, in winners finals. but maybe we've unlocked them. Maybe we've practiced our hockey. Maybe we just have the flow.
I would definitely say the last one there. Having the flow is a trademark from coming from Losers Bracket, and that is something that Scrub is definitely going to be able to take advantage of in every capacity. Going to be moving into this game 1 with renewed vigor, the utmost confidence, and the ability to persist. Going to be getting a nice 2B hit here off of the swipe, and a full conversion into the corner. Going to be guessing for a good bit of damage.
Yeah, able to get out though. The Chop a little bit antsy on that. Accidentally gets a double jump back. Not able to get out. And now here we go. Here's the monster. Here's the Chie, the character that is the hardest for these two to fight. But it doesn't matter if you land a hit like that. Going to be a big grip of damage. Spends the bar. Going to have the CC available. Full charge?
Interesting
No, not-
routing.
He kills the assist. He kills the assist. Down to just solo Chie. Only res level 1. And finally, one for DPs gets punished.
Yeah, we played it safe this time, just waiting till the last second, pressing a jab, knowing it was going to kill regardless of what the combo starter was. Gonna be getting a really convincing win on the board for the beginning of this Grands.
For sure. Grub, looking at the pot split, seeing that this is a $208.20 money match, and is definitely aiming for that bread right now. Chop not really having the best, I think, start with Easy, looking a little bit cold to be honest. I wonder if that is just a matter of needing a few more situations to get acclimated.
Yeah, it's hard to say, really. There's a lot of different things that could be going differently regarding someone's mental game or how they're going about approaching a certain thing. But I think something that we can be utterly confident in is the fact that once Scrub gets that hit, that win condition is not guaranteed per se, but it's incredibly likely that that will be the case. Going to be enforcing some sort of neutral play. Both characters already down from their CC, just playing a little bit more neutral to try and get it back. Scrub in a pretty decent position until it wasn't. Going to be getting hit by the 236A. Good timing on the burst.
Another heavy burst coming on through. Chie barely able to fall out. Now, going to try to force your way forward. Another excellent press by Scrub. Able to get the hit. Oh, good call out. Good counter just to even keep pushing Chop to the corner.
Ooh, guess high low. Good reactions. Gonna be
It was a
some-
throw. Look at that. It's in the name. I was so afraid. Hakuin was about to kill Izayoi. Unfortunately, Izayoi clipping them down at the bottom with the DP second hit. Scrub has to fight it out on defense. Oh no,
Oh,
it's
man,
the cracking.
I think I still think that burst was probably the best choice, just because it allowed for Wald to heal a lot of that red life, while Hakuin could definitely afford to take that hit. But we're not going to be able to afford something like that. That was definitely an unfortunate thing. Gonna be DPing until landing, getting caught by the low, but not quite able to deal with the burst here. Scrub suddenly losing all momentum.
That Dare DP was actually kind of rough, right? Because even though you do avoid the meteors, you're invincible on all the way to the ground. The timing of when he was going to land and be vulnerable again was so ambiguous that definitely made him open up to the following mix-up. And now Hakuin all by his lonesome. 2 full health characters to get through. When you pop it, now covered by the Magatama. How are you going to land these hits?
Evidently, with the chagrin of dealing with push block here, not quite reacting to the teleport, and that's going to be a cross-up hit, and leading to Chop, putting himself on the board, not letting this be easy for Scrub. 1-1.
No, Chop thoroughly warmed up then. I was really impressed / surprised of Scrub's ability to just kind of walk Chop to the corner with even the Waldstein, but Chop definitely able to turn on a more aggressive switch during that match and keep himself from getting snowballed like that. Scrub got a bit of work to do for sure.
Being from losers, regardless of how much momentum we have, it is definitely going to be rough trying to make a 6-game comeback on a player to the caliber of Chop Suey. This is for all the marbles, a $400 money match. At 200? 200, I think. But That's not the way you want to start it. Gonna be getting hit by the 5A into a full sandwich situation.
That's brother. Either you look like she almost crossed up our way there, ends up putting herself back to the other side thanks to the little walk back, and yeah, now Chop baiting the burst. This is going to be a 2-bar power charge route. That is a big grip of damage just for that little investment. Aquaman now on the ropes. Another wild air DP from Chop Suey ends up landing the hit, keeping momentum going. Scrub going for some corner switching routes, trying to get something started.
Yeah, that burst was probably. Oh my god.
Bro, was that a I know you know? Was that like a both sides knew sort of situation?
I have to question it, but you know, it's not something that you or I are going to be privy to in the moment. It is definitely what's going to cause Scrub to put himself on the back foot for this game, though. Chop suddenly looking a lot better.
Oh no!
Not quite dead here. The scaling is a bit too high on this combo, I think.
He's got the whole cross combo gauge here. You can get a lot more min damage. No! A little, well, he's too close to the sun, and this might be the thing Scrub needs to get it going. Pushes him all the way to the corner with the air reset ender. How are you gonna land this hit though? We saw this last game. Alchemix, not a character who has the best movement.
What an unfortunate drop there. I think Scrub wasn't really sure how to convert a hit from that high off of the B auto combo. And the forward movement of 236B fucked him over in ways that I don't think anybody was expecting, to be completely honest. That was unfortunate.
Yeah, that was definitely a tough one to reckon with. And as we reckon with Chop being on tournament point, is Scrub going to keep with this? Are we going to get a throwback to Gold Experience Requiem? We will pulling out the main stuff. The protagonist is here. Will this be enough to force a Grand Finals reset? Or will Chop keep the WNF crown and walk away from the PSN WNFs, the Ultimate Champion?
Ultimately hard to say, but I think the team swap is going to be indicative of exactly the kind of gameplay that we're looking for here. Scrub swapping to the Ragnar Ruby, something we only saw once before the entire bracket. I thought we were going to see more of it, but, you know, we remain to be seen. The 4A of 4P of the gods coming in clutch there. The last hit of that JC doing a lot of heavy lifting. Going to be getting caught in the jump startup, doing the 2B a little too early to catch the burst. Gonna be forcing out a blocking CC situation.
Kind of gameplay that I've been so starved of seeing for the last few sets. Scrub really putting out the classics for one more go. Going to be able to kill this easy boy with the correct routing. Yep, just goes for a DHD. Keep it simple. Down to a solo chi, and this is working out really well for Scrub, solely off the power of Ruby's much more active air presence.
Yeah, this is definitely not over just yet, but with the amount of baiting and switching that Scrub has been doing to deal with all of these reversals, it's going to be hard to say the contrary.
Alright, you think Scrub is going to go for... If Scrub gets chopped to red HP and has two characters, you think we're going to see a phone steal?
I would be thoroughly surprised if that was the case. Really good blocks on... Oh
that
man, just
buddy. Oh my god.
Just had to wait a tad longer.
Alright,
Good pop in the
very good
movement,
6B. Keeps her in block stun. How much can you block?
I have to wonder why Chop didn't duck the gauntlet goodies, but
Corn
ultimately...
switch off of that, brother? This is so nauseous. This is so rage-inducing.
Yeah, incredibly so, but we most likely want to avoid the situation of getting this Chie into the Resonance time, but if we don't drop this combo, I don't think we're going to have to worry about that. That's going to be a dead character.
Alright, yeah, Scrub a little bit dicey near the end, but thanks to Ruby Rose's superior button, superior neutral, clutching it out, putting it to a Game 5. Winner of this either walks over to the tournament or has to play a few more for the reset. Chop locking in right away. I'm sure he's very familiar with the shenanigans go on here, and Scrub, will he be able to get another one on the board?
Only time will tell. Gonna be going into this game 5 of potentially the first set of our grand finals with a smile on my face, because this is peak gameplay, I think, and we are only gonna witness more of it if Scrub is able to lock this in. But Chop has the opportunity to make this a bit more of a clutch than we imagined, going into this final game, getting hit by the Ruby 5P.
Yeah, and this is one of Scrub's best win conditions. This Ragna situation in the corner, still not gonna be burst safe. Tried to do so with the 2B at the very end there, but Chop has a chance to play. Chie gets a chance to go, and with the assist advantage, able to push forward a little bit. But now Ragna into Chie again, now having access to much better neutral normals. Chop not being able to be as aggressive and egregious as he was in the other matchup. The cross-up! The fake cross-up at the last second! Going to be getting as much damage burst save on Chie as you can. One touch away.
The SoCal Classic. Oh, we haven't seen that in a minute.
Yeah, in fact, we're gonna see more of it, I'm pretty sure. Scrub running away with this game. I don't think we're gonna get a kill on this sequence, but one more touch will be all we need. Cross combo, can you block? Ruby snuck on behind, and Chops knew, he thought we were gonna get crossed up, and instead a reset bracket. Strikes throw, hey Otani. Looking really good back on this team.
2000%. That's exactly the kind of thing we were looking for. The swap to the Ragna Ruby was exactly what Scrub needed, and I think he realized that within the last few moments, because he is making it work. Final set of the night, folks. This is going to be what determines your grand finals champion for our final PSN bracket.
The GOAT of, I guess it's not even like the strongest of today versus strongest in history. These are both extremely strong players, extremely accomplished. No better way of finishing our series here on the PlayStation 4 than with this grand finals reset. Chop and Scrub rearing up, ready to go.
Yeah, no change needed, no focus on a different character, no thinking about any particular thing. Just have to make it work. Oh, what a catch.
Oh no, gets the janky backwards hit. We saw that with Sprite Cranberry. It seemed almost intentional with Sprite. Scrub definitely not expecting it there. No real pickup, and now has to chase down Easier one more time.
Oh my god, the backdash? Gonna be establishing a decent situation here, trying to call the Ruby to make this as efficient as possible. Just trying to stall in the air. Ooh my god, I cannot believe that DP hit. Gonna be
very last active train is able to save Scrub from certain punishment. Oh man, Easier got her back! Able to clip Ruby as she was totally putting around, and now even able to get a quarter knockdown. Looking bad for Scrub right now.
Not quite a dead character, the routing wasn't really there. We are going to be baiting the burst and not able to do too much off of it. Oh,
if you got a pick up off that, I would have been so mad. But all's well. I think Scrub going to be falling victim to that one.
Hard to say just yet. We do have Resonance on the board, and this character is not quite dead. Oh, missing the punish on the push block situation there. Maybe he was a little bit scared of what could happen. Not going to be able to kill off this, I don't think. Yeah, gonna be getting a lot of... That's not what he wanted. No way he wanted that.
Oh, maybe he wanted it. He was just trying to be as funny as possible. In that sort of situation, it's pretty rough for Ruby, especially as your res is ticking down. You don't really have as high of a damage potential from that point on.
Get ready.
Man, yeah. I like to hold out hope, especially when we're in situations like that, because we've seen worse. We've seen comebacks from harder deficits, but it really is just a dime a dozen when it comes to that kind of thing. And I think Scrub's gonna have to lock in a little bit harder just to make sure that that's the case.
Scrub locking all the windows and doors. Going to be buying some master blocks, some safes after this one. Trying to clutch it out right now. Already trying to go for an aggressive round start, and already, unfortunately, getting put into a sad situation. Early defense out for Scrub, and Chop responding in kind.
That was so bullshit. almost as bullshit as not quite hitting Chie in that situation. The pancaking of a lifetime gonna be giving Chop the momentum he needs to establish himself in the neutral. Ooh, that confirmed?
Look, man. Sometimes you lose some, but most of the times you're winning some when you're pressing Ruby air normals. Chop Suey, this Chie has not been able to get out, and very smart push block to avoid the air unblockable situation. No knockdown coming your way. Scrub, busting out with an air DP of their own. Not willing to give momentum up. Easy took so much from that sequence.
Locking down this character for as long as possible. Walk to just close enough to be able to get a burst unscathed. Gonna be carrying this Ruby to the other corner and forcing her into a guess for game situation.
Really bad right now. Scrub willing to just burst out because he knows he's not going to die from it, not take too much damage either. But the the instant overhead pressures plus frames into more. Now Scrub still stuck in the same situation he tried to burst out of.
Yeah, probably tried to jump out there, keeping it as burst safe as possible. Really doesn't want to have to deal with this sort of thing.
Do we know? We know! We don't know! Not able to quite have the punish. And Scrub able to live another day. Chie was so vulnerable right there, but Chop sharking, knowing to protect it at all costs.
Oh my god, the projectiles of Doom and Destiny coming in clutch for Chop here, doing so much work. Fantastic defense, blocking the low and the cross-up. Just really trying to make something work with this low health deficit.
Scrub locking in, able to stop the Chie 4P from turning up with the Ruby 6P, able to get a clean hit on Izuit. Can we confirm it to full combo? Guess he's this far just in time. No! Not able to bring her back down for Devoured by Darkness down to solo Ruby.
Oh?
Oh! We still live. I look away for 1 second. Chop doesn't finish. The combo doesn't clean up their food. Ruby was air there. No! No bustle to pick it up. And the DB gets bursted.
Incredibly lucky to have that button whiffed there, but the 2-on-4B just clipping the button and claiming out that game in one hell of a scramble situation. Chop putting himself in a potential tourney winning situation.
Exclamation mark Podge in the chat, everybody, because we are, it is locked in intense BB tag when we're just scrambling, not finishing our food. The amount of just tension to keep yourself sane as you're walking on knife's edge is incredible.
Honestly, a bit of an understatement. It takes so much mental fortitude and ability to continue to persist within this mindset. And man, Scrub already used his power up last game. He's gonna have to make it count here and now. We had our Power Rangers Zenkai boost. Gotta make sure that we have the player skill to back it up, and I know that we do.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Ragnar Ruby all the way. No more chances to swap. We're going to make it win with the OGs, or we're going to go out trying. Scrub already off to a good start. Able to avoid the situation. Chop has been able to block all of these exclamation mark bird gangs so far after the initial 2 games. And that has been proven to be one of the big difference makers. Scrub having a hard time kind of cracking open Chop Suey on defense with mix-ups.
But not a bad start so far. Gonna be able to establish the Ruby pressure here. Gonna be getting a nice block on the instant overhead.
You crossed up in there? I don't have that in combo either. Okay. Never, it's not a real BB tag bracket unless I've seen something I've never seen before. Good pick up by Scrub. Going to get the re-jump on the JC as well. No fumbling this time. Solid knockdown on these two. Where we're going to go. Cross up!
Oh, I love the recognition on the counter hit too. Understanding that that would only combo in that particular hit. And we are getting exactly that. I don't think we wanted fucking 5C there, but we are going to be getting caught low. Catching Chop's toes. The shoes have been claimed. Call this a daily shop for Uma, because we are claiming our first game on the board in this final Shin Grands.
Shin Grands indeed, man. Those kicks looking mighty good. Right now, Scrub really trying to buy some new Jordans with these winnings, man. We got a definitely completely different tone in that game compared to the last one. Maybe it was just because we got the early start with the Ruby 6P into the good sequence, but just dominant win by Scrub, and that's where you're going to need to see. in order to push your way forward.
Pushing forward is the only way we could look at this from here. We have to persevere. I know I've said that a lot. I know I sound like a broken record, but that record is the only one that needs to be played tonight because we are having a historic moment played before us, folks. We are going into this fourth game with the momentum. Sorry?
Yeah, I don't. Scrub is really sending the Skull and Hades every single time from full screen. It's not really been working. Every time I see it round start, I'm just a little bit more baffled. But these are all conditions. Maybe it's what you need just to start getting to the situation in the first place. These are dropping me, I have to say.
Yeah, but I mean, I think Chop is getting a taste of his own medicine here, putting himself in the scramble situation, not letting him play the game the way that he would want to. The DP coming in clutch here, not quite able to establish any sort of layer 2 mix-up. Chop is carrying this character all the way to the other corner.
Alright, got 7,000 damage. Ruby one touch away from dying. 4 bars on the table. We do not have Easy going in the right position to do a power charge touch to death. The Scrub with the subtle walk forward puts Chie into the corner, and just like that, what was a bad situation, thoroughly in Scrub's favor, going to be spending the bar. I think this is enough 2.5k. Yes, last hit, able to put it into a 2v1.
I am always surprised with damage in this game. I was thoroughly shocked. Almost as much as that 6P came in clutch in the most prosperous way possible. That was the hit that we're looking for, and this is the mix-up that we're going to go with, because we have the opportunity to go for a cross-up, and that is a dead character. Game 10, Shin Grand Finals of the final bracket of WNF PSN.
The slick walk forward by YoFave, truly the difference maker for that one. What was getting hammered on defense by Chie turning into such a reversal. That I like to see, and what I love to see is EST Thursday morning fights is coming to a conclusion today, right now on PlayStation 4, and Scrub coming on through. Oh my goodness gracious!
That wasn't just me, right? That heard that.
No,
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Wait, what, did I miss something?
You roboted a bit. But the point was made. Don't worry. You got your point across. And I think we all understand that quite well here. Going to be catching the up back, but Chop understanding the routing enough to know where to burst. Just, man, already scrambling back and forth here. Really not trying to deal with... Oh no, he's not what he wanted, but he didn't get punished for it, so it's okay. Gonna be landing with the 2C here. Gonna be trying to make something happen. Nice combo on the overhead here. Going for the cross-up as well. Fantastic routing from Chop here. Trying to make a mix-up happen here, using the meter to get the character in safely, trying to make this work as hard as possible, but Chop just won't let off the gas here. Finally making something happen.
Unfortunately, though, that classic Chop Suey situation is brewing in the books. The 6-piece coming on through, blocked all of it, get out of the sequence, but Chop doubling down, putting more resources in. Does not want to let Scrub get offense started, because once offense gets started, that's when things start to go downhill. Finally gets another hit. CC Gage all the way back one more time. Another 6P loop coming in through. When is Scrub going to get to play?
Yeah. I don't know if this is a dead character. It might do some power charge stuff. Okay, yeah, we might be dead. There it is, yeah. Oh, that's such a huge loss. I think you high-key might have wanted to take the Ruby, but once again, the TK not quite coming in clutch here, getting hit on the same side, using the information that he gathered from the first few games, blocking the cross-up to take the final game in such a dominant fashion. Chop Suey not falling for the protagonist powers. We have crowned our returning champion.
Chop on that villain shit, man. Looking like dismantling Scrub bit by bit. That whole offensive sequence was Chie easily even able to make it last long enough to do another rep. That was some anime villain evil machinations, and today